हे हाय हेलो व्हाट्सअप, क्या हाल चाल है, क्या हाल चाल है और क्या हाल चाल है आप लोगों के। कैसे आप लोग, कैसा दिन रहा आपका। आज मंडे था, आज ऑफिस डे था और बहुत बोर हुआ मैं। तो यार जो लोग यहाँ पे आ गए हैं प्लीज मेक श्योर कीजिएगा, लाइक जरूर कीजिएगा, सब्सक्राइब नहीं कर रखा है तो कर लो। और नया मॉन्टेज एक बनाया था, डाला है, डाल चुका हूँ मैं, तो उसी को दोबारा पिन कर देता हूँ। अगर आपने नहीं देखा हो तो प्लीज उसको भी देख लेना और कुछ लाइक कमेंट कर देना यार। लेट्स गो। टीम आ चुकी है आज, तो वेट कर रहे हैं हमारा। नू भाई शेयर करो ना।
हंटिंग सी
क्या स्ट्रीम शेयर करूं?
हाँ वो क्या बोलते हैं, स्क्रीन।
स्क्रीन शेयर करूं बोलते उठ गया।
नहीं नहीं है इधर ही रखा है।
क्या शेयर करूं? स्क्रीन?
हाँ स्क्रीन दिखा रहे थे ना कुछ।
हाँ
लॉन्ग
अभी लाइटनिंग और मधुर तुम्हें जनरल में रखना, ठीक है। आ जाना फिर बाद में। चलो कोई बात नहीं, फिर बाद में दिखा देना।
एक मिनट। एप्लीकेशन ही करना पड़ेगा ना भाई।
कोई नहीं, बाद में दिखा देना है।
अरे चालू कर दिया। दिख रहा है क्या भाई?
हाँ दिख रहा है।
तो तब तक मैं अपलोड कर।
समझ गया मैं।
ये काफी ज्यादा बेटर है।
हाँ उससे बेटर है। आ जाओ, इनवाइट भेजता हूँ।
ये भी कर देगा, चेंज कर देगा।
ये उनका भी मैच चल रहा है।
हाँ तो स्विफ्ट प्ले स्टार्ट कर दो ना।
1/3 है उनका। हम लोग जब तक 3 स्विफ्ट प्ले खेलेंगे तब तक वो आएंगे, ठीक है।
Match found.
मैच स्टैंडर्ड भी है पर मैं आगे मैच लूंगा।
रेमी भाई को भी बुला लेता हूँ ना।
हाँ 5 मैन खेल सकते हैं, नहीं तो फिर अनरेटेड ही खेलना पड़ेगा।
They think I'm an old dog? I'll show them just how many tricks I know.
दो गेम जीतने हैं यार, कॉम्प्लिकेट।
2 गेम आराम से जीत जाएंगे।
पर हार भी तो जाते हैं
यार बकचोदी होता है तो हारते हैं।
लाइन में 2 गेम। कर भाई यार 800 उसने कहा मिनिमम।
उसका जीशु का देखा है क्या? जीशु का?
हाँ जीशु का ही तो थंबनेल।
हाँ भाई देख, मैं ये नहीं बोलता एकदम जीशु जैसा भाई, उसके जैसा मतलब खेलना भी तो पड़ेगा ना उस तरह से।
उसके जैसा खेलना।
हाँ फिर अगर मतलब एक मॉन्टेज बना रहे हैं वीक का और उस लेवल का बना रहे हैं, हाँ अगर उस लेवल का बना रहे हैं हाईलाइट, तो 1000 रुपये देने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
बना देगा वो, उस लेवल से काफी क्लोज का बना देगा अभी वो। क्योंकि वो अभी भी सीख रहा है ना वो बंदा।
हाँ नहीं ठीक है, 1 मिनट है।
1000 मिनिमम 800 देगा, मिनिमम 800। मेरा तो दोस्त ही है।
फिर मैंने ईयरफोन उल्टा पहन लिया था। काफ़ी सारे पीरो आए हैं, 113, 117, 273, इन सबको पीटना है। डॉज होगा क्या?
नहीं नहीं
सामने
Shit,
273,
you're very talented. In for the neck.
273 है सामने।
क्या
अरे रेमी भाई आ गए ले बिडू।
फिफ्थ प्ले में हो क्या?
हाँ आज फिर 5v5 होगा लग रहा है। वो लाइटनिंग और मधुर वेट कर रहा है, मतलब वो लोग कॉम्पी में है।
किल भी 5 भी आ रहा है।
लेट्स गो, अभी बजाएगा ना बिडू।
कस्टम खेलेगा
I'm watching here.
खेल सकते हैं 3v3, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
I'm watching here.
कस्टम में भी मजा
किलवेज बाय।
भाई जगह है क्या?
हाँ है ना।
तो मैं क्या
अरे वो चला गया
था वो चले गए। मैंने पूछा मधुर और वो दोनों चले नहीं वो दोनों
Enemy spotted. Careful here.
4 घंटे से तो खेलना नहीं जाएगा भाई।
Adios. Raise dead.
मैं ना कीबोर्ड मार के आया सिस्टम।
ठीक है। ओ बाइक।
नियॉन तेरे पीछे
Last player standing.
शीश मैंने फिर एफपीएस ही नहीं
बताओ इसमें क्या दिख रहा है? फिफ्थ प्ले ठीक है ठीक है।
Shift
अरे
link।
है
Drink some water, reload your mags, and let's get back out there.
इंग्लिश का मेरा मोमेंटल देख लेती तो
Going out.
व्यूज से आ जाती एनी भाई
क्या देख लेते मोन्टाज?
हाँ मतलब मैंने से बनवाया है। मैंने थोड़ा सा ही बनवाया।
Enemy mid. Enemy spotted A. Get out of my way!
अरे भाई दूसरा बच्चा पिस्टल ही है, उसको पिस्टल ही है, मारो मारो। स्काई पे पिस्टल ही है।
Last player
ओ
standing.
भाई।
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team. Go, go, go! So, what's the plan?
एस्केलेशन हारेंगे हम लोग।
क्या?
एस्केलेशन भी हारेंगे।
हाँ यार शाम में सब बकचोदी करने लगे ना, फिर ये तो सेकंड मैच भी निकला हुआ था अपना।
भाई यार
Launching smoke.
Still inside.
Enemy mid.
Poor Rich.
I'm out of here.
Reloading. Gun here.
Here we go!
भाई हेलो
हाँ भाई।
मेरी तो आ जा रही मेरी। अच्छा मैं जा रहा हूँ, तुम लोग खेलो यार, मैं खाना खाने
I've got your trail.
Right between the eyes.
नहीं मैं खाना खा के
Last player
एक बंदा आ ही
standing.
जाएगा। ओके
Last round before the switch.
टैप्स मारना चाहिए था मुझे।
Time. Don't save a thing.
बस खत्म ही है रेमी भाई।
तो 2-5 मिनट लगेगा।
कोई नहीं, आ जाओ आराम से।
Last player standing.
मैं नूब हूँ।
Spike down mid. One enemy
Nice.
Ready
remaining.
for me. My ult's ready.
मैं उससे अच्छा वाला एडिट बना रहा हूँ। पीछे है
30 seconds left.
बुगी 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 नहीं है, इसके नहीं है।
Here comes the party.
ओ भाई अच्छा खेला।
Switching sides. Match point.
I'm faster than Sky's wolves. I'm out of here.
फ्रेंड भाई मेरी बात कर रही है। अरे झूठ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ यार, भाई सच्ची।
हे सिद्धार्थ, क्या हाल चाल है? वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम मैन।
Go, go, go.
चलो घुस के मार देते हैं सबको।
Go, go, go.
हाँ।
Gotta go. Gotta go. They're not better than me.
Smoke's down.
I'm out of here.
See ya.
One enemy remaining.
ओह बीडू।
Spike down mid.
नाइस।
Time for them to
जितने में हम लोग
आ जाए।
Spikes here.
I'm out of here. Go, go, go.
Going A.
Go, go, go. Gotta go. Reloading.
आने में
Gotta go.
खत्म होने में।
Smoke's down.
Reloading.
अरे यार।
Spike down A.
चिल्लीज भाई
I'm
इसको
out
आना
of here.
फिर भी मैं बोल रहा खा पी गया था।
Enemy spotted A. Grenade. Reload right planet. This way. I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
लोग भाई किस किस को टैग कर रखा है? बिल्ला आइलिश क्या क्या है?
भाई जीत जाएंगे क्या यार?
Race it to the spike site.
2-4 हो।
Go, go, go.
अरे हाँ अभी अभी हुआ है भाई 0-4। ज़्यादा मार दिया। नो भाई अब सुन वो कुछ और खेला था यार।
मेरे पास समय नहीं है यार, नहीं तो मैं सब कुछ खेलता तुम्हारे साथ भाई।
मैंने में सारे एजेंट खेल लगे एक बार।
Launching smoke.
बैक कर
One enemy remaining.
Shoot the bad guys. How's that for a plan?
I'm out of here.
What do you need?
I'm out of here. Need a drop. Gotta go. But I'm out. Thanks. Reloading.
Fully smoked.
Cutting their vision.
Molly!
Cutting their vision.
भाई अंदर बैठा बच्चा भाई
Spike down.
बच्चा
A.
अंदर बैठा है
Wait, I got the spike.
ओह नाइस
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
ये से बिडू
What's this? Fire in the hole!
ऊपर
Oh, back. No top block inside.
भाई क्या मारा भाई
Sudden death.
Damn, Dad. Go, go, go.
हाँ, बेचारे ने क्या वेट किया
भाई मजा सा आ गया भाई मजा सा आ गया
एक ये कर चुका हूँ मैं। गेको लेके अभी खेल रहा था
I'm out of here.
Don't get rusty.
आजा मेरी तरफ आजा इधर प्लांट करते हैं उसका होल्ड करते हैं
Fully smoked.
पीछे दो आ रहे हैं
Spike planted.
भाई आप पॉली यहाँ पे इधर इधर
Molly!
पीछे आ रहा है पीछे
आजा बे आजा
एमी भाई
बोलो बोलो
Last player
Oh my
standing.
god 114 and on ये तो AFK है आ जाओ डेमी भाई
क्या है
Defenders win.
4-5 इज्जत से आ रहे भाई 0-4 से 4-5 भाई इसमें भी 11 किल निकल गए भाई 5 राउंड
लेट्स गो
10 राउंड 9 ओके
पहुंचने वाला है।
स्टार्ट ही कर दो भाई।
कॉम्पी खेलेंगे, बताओ
खेल ले
रेमी भाई।
एक कॉम्पी चलेगा फिर
ठीक है,
या अनरेटेड भी खेल
नहीं रहेगा।
Match found.
अनरेटेड अब तो हटा ही देना चाहिए, अब उसके लिए स्विफ्ट प्ले आ गया है तो सबसे।
हाँ ये भी बात है।
अब यार ये बहुत धर्म संकट है ये मैप में।
They think I'm an old dog?
मुझे पता है मेरे
I'll show them just how many tricks I know.
रेस खेल लोगे,
रख के ये रेना
इनिशिएटर लेता हूँ मैं कुछ।
लेट्स गो, अभी तुम्हारे पीछे रहूंगा मैं।
रेमी भाई अगर
रेमी भाई उसको वो करेंगे।
हीलर नहीं है मेरा इतना।
हाँ चलो हीलर ले लो।
इसमें मत बोल, म्यूट कर देता हूँ।
हाँ इसमें मेरे को म्यूट कर
दिया
टीम में कॉम तो देना पड़ेगा
यार। ये गीको आ गया भाई।
भाई ये एमिनम का रिप ऑफ लगता है।
एकदम सही बोला भाई।
भाई जो पुराने टाइम में एमिनम दिखता था ना वैसा रिप ऑफ। कौन बोल रहा है भाई, काय की क्या जरूरत है, ये ही खेल ले तो प्लांट तो करेगा।
नहीं खेलना,
प्लांट का झंझट ही नहीं। हाँ कोई एंट्री भी नहीं लेनी पड़ेगी भाई। फ्लैश दिया है उसका, वो बच्चा प्लांट करता रहेगा।
ए यो पीके गो भाई, क्या हाल चाल है? क्यों दुखी हो तुम? व्हाई आर यू सैड?
अब हमारे पास दिक्कत ये रिवील ही नहीं है,
सामने भी नहीं है।
सामने हाँ आपका मेरे से 30 वो होता है भाई बेटर।
ये साला कर्स ने ले लिया है ब्रिमस्टोन, अब मेरे को मारेगा ये।
कर्स आपको पीटेगा भाई गंदा।
कर्स है ना, नहीं इतना
कर्स
ब्रीम एजेंट उसका इतना वो नहीं होगा।
देखो ना उसने कवर फोटो भी ब्रिम लगाया हुआ है।
लगा तो सीध ने भी रखा है सीध।
सबसे पहले इसी को मारूंगा।
मेरा कवर फोटो क्या है? मेरा तो सीज और स्काई है यार। मैं तो रेना के अरे उनके पास में कितने रोल है? एक दो ही है। चलो ठीक है सेम ही टीम है। चेंबर उनके पास भी नहीं है रिवील। अपने पास में इनिशिएटर तो है जो प्लांट भी कर देगा, डिफ्यूज भी मतलब कर देता है। लाइनअप से को एक सेकंड
आरपी में नहीं जाते हो क्या? नहीं यार नहीं जाता हूँ मैं आरपी में, क्या ही बोलूँ। दैट्स सैड बट क्या कर सकते हैं यार। ठीक है भाई, आरपी के लिए समय बहुत ज़्यादा चाहिए और आरपी खोलो तो 4-5
Reina,
खेलते रह
there
जाता
are
हूँ मैं।
better ways to survive than your path.
सेव करना है ना।
I'm so ashamed. Pobre de mí.
हाँ भाई यहाँ खड़े रहो। इधर 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 पीछे।
हाँ वही तो जा रहा था मैं। चलो
अरे
Here.
यहाँ पे क्या करूँ मैं खड़ा होकर?
तुमको यहाँ का भी स्मोक मिलेगा, यहाँ का भी स्मोक।
अभी एक ही स्मोक है मेरे पास।
आप बता रहा हूँ।
अरे मैं लाइनअप से देख रहा हूँ, मैं तो सोया हूँ नहीं, मैं तो भूल गया।
अभी कहाँ स्मोक करना है मुझे?
अभी बी कर दो, बी एंट्री।
बी एंट्री होगी नहीं,
बी एंट्री पे है, वो नहीं कर सकता उधर। अभी कहीं नहीं करता हूँ मैं स्मोक।
बी नहीं है, बी नहीं है।
Enemy spotted. A.
Smoke's down.
नाइस फ्रॉम यार।
Spike down, attacker spawn. One enemy remaining.
लास्ट
स्मोक डाला है उसने, प्लांट कर रहा है।
प्लांटिंग
Spike planted.
भाई गन ले लेना उसकी।
क्या कर रहा है ये हेलो छोटू।
Not the boom you hoped for.
Nice! Killed it!
भाई वो
And them.
कौन सा गन लूं?
We definitely killed them.
भाई स्पेक्टर ले लो, वैंडल भी ले सकते हो आप। क्या हो?
तो मैं भी स्पेक्टर ले लेता हूँ फिर।
हाँ भाई कॉम्प पे में अपना माइक ऑन करना भाई।
नहीं नहीं यार,
बहुत इशू आता है। अभी तो अपन कम लेवल पे है।
अभी तो मैं दूसरों के साथ नहीं खेलता हूँ यार।
भाई लो कर दे, लो कर दे, लो कर दे।
Enemy spotted. A.
इधर आओ नो भाई, यहाँ खड़े रहो,
तेज वो हिल मार रहा है।
यहाँ
Here.
खड़े रहो। अपना क्यू वाला एबिलिटी।
अरे आप उसे हील दो, वो बेचारा गेम में मरने वाला है।
अरे यार जल्दी आ।
Reloading.
Sit still.
मैं भूल गया था भाई।
Spike down A.
हील नहीं है मेरे पे यार। कुछ करेगा भाई।
Launching smoke.
पीछे आ जाओ।
Last player standing.
अरे यार
मत करो।
मॉली डालो, मॉली डालो।
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
लेट्स गो।
गन उसका
Some things you just can't teach.
वैंडल।
Hell yeah,
क्या लिया?
Brimstone.
नहीं था उनके
The
पास।
best defense is a good offense.
यार वो पहले
अरे भाई
जा रहे हैं।
भरोसा नहीं रहता। कल याद है कल अपन जेट के साथ खेल रहे थे पहला
हाँ,
कॉम्प पे।
वो आ जाता है।
अभी मैं वो ले लूँ ना, हेवी सील ले लूँ ना।
हाँ ले लो। अब नो भाई यहाँ खड़े रह के पहले स्मोक करो।
हाँ बताओ किधर करूँ?
किसी ने भी
यहाँ करो बी
Watch and learn.
Here.
भी एंट्री कर दिया। ठीक
सेंटर बी में
जाट ब्रो
ठीक और
यहाँ
Here.
करो।
ठीक
Launching smoke.
कर दिया।
भाई भी ऑफ कर दे।
Help.
जेट एट ए,
नहीं नहीं बी है, बी।
जेट
जाट
ए।
तो यही रहे।
मिड से आ रहा है।
नो भाई तुम्हारे
Spike down,
पीछे
mid.
हो सकता है। हाँ। आ रहा हूँ।
अरे भाई मेरे पे पुश हो रहा है। नो भाई तुम्हारे के लिमिट पे सारा मिक्स कर
Spike planted.
सेव नहीं कर।
Last player
ओ
standing.
भाई 33 फिर भी डैमेज था।
वॉल पर है, वॉल पर है।
ओह माय गॉड यार, कोई नहीं। टेक केयर, थैंक यू वेरी मच टीके को
वो
भाई।
तो भाई पीछे से मार दिया सीधे।
That Brimstone's a stubborn ass. Reminds me of someone.
Legend भी तेरा भाई ऐसा नहीं।
अभी भी मार्शल कर रहा है।
पीछे रहना, पुश मत करना, ठीक है साथ। हाँ
भाई तू बॉडी ब्लॉक
Get out of my way.
नहीं भाई सब ठीक। Someone's there. अरे नहीं दे सकता ना, मैं यही कह रहा।
नो भाई होल्ड करो ये, मत निकलो।
Spike planted.
जाओ जाओ जाओ
अरे वो
Last player
मुख में
standing.
बैठा था साला। भाई उसका ट्रैप
खत्म
ओ भाई बैट भाई
ट्रैप ना ट्रैप का आवाज आता था
भाई हाँ नहीं पहले दे दिया था उसने।
All right, homies, chill. We'll go again.
अच्छा आईजीएल चाचा हो रेड बॉल कर दो ऐसे
कर रहा हूँ
कुछ मत करो होल्ड करता है।
1 निकाल लिया
Smoke's down.
पीछे रहो रमी भाई
ठीक है किया है
अरे भाई कवर देने हाथ जाओ
भाई सब दूर है क्या करेगा तो भाई
Last player standing.
अरे यार पीछे आगे करता रह गया मैं।
Deep breaths, everyone. Your hearts are pounding.
Reloading.
आदमी वाला
पीछे होल्ड करना साहब ठीक है ना होल्ड करो।
होल्ड कैसे करूं भाई 4 बंदे चढ़ गए मेरे पे
चढ़ेंगे तो अभी हूँ ना मैं इधर हूँ ना आराम से उधर
आपको पुश करना है इशू ये है
अपने को क्यों पुश करना है उनको पुश
अपन
करना है
अंदर जाके मर रहे हैं ये
भाई।
तो भाई स्मोक की जरूरत रहती है भाई
Spike planted. Last player standing.
वन है रहा क्या बकसूरी है भाई ये। ओहो
Wind, show me where to go.
अरे क्यों गाली दे रहा है रहने देना।
अच्छा लगता है अभी तो कुछ काफी है ये तो वेलकम टू मुंबई सिटी। अब रेमी भाई आप क्यों पुश कर रहे हो आप बॉल बना
कॉल कर रहा हूँ भाई
फिट जाओ
गेट अंदर
You
आ
want
जा।
to play? Let's play.
बी है इधर मत ले भाई तू जेट भाई
It's all you, little homie.
जब बोला भाई अंदर आ जा मैं कॉल करने वाला हूँ
वो तूने अट्रैक्ट यूज किया ना वो करके तू अंदर गया
Reloading. You will not kill my allies.
अरे पीछे से आ गया स्पॉन से भाई रेमी भाई
तू खड़ा है भाई वहाँ तू क्या कर रहा है
मैं मारा तेरे को
बात उसका नहीं है तू अकेला वहाँ खड़ा है तो कवर कौन देगा
कोई तो देना चाहिए ये तो बात है आपके राइट में से चेक
Sit still.
30 seconds left.
ये हो रहा है ये हो गया है
Spike planted.
मेरे को रिवाइव देना क्या फायदा मेरे पास
The hunt begins.
होल्ड करना, साथ में घुसेंगे।
अरे यार वेट में खड़ा है। नो भाई कहाँ से भाग के आ रहे हो तुम?
Last player standing.
124 अरे कॉल।
नहीं नोआ भाई इतने दूर से क्यों भाग के आ रहे हो?
See ya.
सेव भी नहीं कर पाओगे पता है?
क्या
टाइम नहीं रहता है अपने पास। आप उनके स्पॉन से भाग जाओ, इतना गोल घूमते हैं।
Who am I kidding? My knees are gonna kill
मतलब अगर
after
आप
this.
चारों को मार भी देते ना तो
हाँ, टाइम नहीं रहता, वो तो है।
टाइम नहीं मिलेगा।
भाई होल्ड तो करना ही पड़ेगा बिल्कुल।
अरे सबसे
नहीं
बेस्ट
मैं बोलो अभी होल्ड करने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ।
यार मेरे को अब वोमेन चालू करना पड़ेगा कौन से के लिए।
Launching smoke.
इधर ही आ रहा है, बी पे है, ठीक है ना? सब बी पे है।
तो तुम्हारे सामने स्मोक तो है।
Now we're cooking.
भाई कहाँ बैठा है भाई?
Spike down mid. Last player standing.
तू जहाँ जा रहा है वहाँ हंस रहा है भाई, ऐसा मत बोल ठीक है?
We get a pick. We move in. Got it?
सारे बंधन करेगा क्या?
Right there.
मैं मिड था भी नहीं, शांत रहे।
Get out of my
Smoke's
way!
down.
Multiple enemies mid.
भाई वैसे ही नहीं मिल रहा।
Stim beacon here.
सेज भाई हील दे दे उस डेड को, वो रो रहा है। वो रहा है। पेपर प्लांट हो रहा है भाई अल्ट।
Spike planted.
Prepare for hellfire.
Last player standing.
ECT खेलना है क्या? मैं कल से खेलना स्टार्ट करता हूँ, रुको।
तू पक्का ऑफ करेगा?
देखो मैजिक का जेट कौन है ये? अभी देखो
पक्का ऑफ करेगा?
हाँ कर रहा हूँ। Let's go.
Smoke's down.
अरे मार दिया। मिड से आ रहा है चेक।
एक नहीं लगा यार।
और तुम मरने वाले हो। फ्लैश कर दे। फ्लैश कर दे भाई, कोई सर्वाइवल का
Open up the sky.
आ रहा है भाई।
Last player standing.
My power does not end. Ask for aid and you shall receive.
भाई अगले बार मैं ये एक वीक नहीं खेलने वाला भाई।
ना गेको मेन है भाई यार। एजेंट का तो जाना बस भाई, ई तो दबा दे कम से कम। मुंबई की पब्लिक बोले तो तकलीफ वाला।
पीछे होल्ड करना, ठीक है? गेट पे स्मोक कर रहा हूँ मैं बी के।
मैं बी पुश कर रहा हूँ।
Safety's off. Launching smoke. Enemy mid.
ये हो रहा है।
standing.
भाई
Got him. Rush is ready. Spike planted.
वाह
क्या बोला भाई बोला
Last round in the half.
फ्लैश कर
We cannot keep our goods after this.
मत कर हाँ सर्वर में इज्जत ही नहीं रहेगी सोवा ही खेलूंगा आपसे कभी रेना नहीं की जेट भाई आप मार्शल मत चलाओ
Smoke's down.
थोड़ा सा औकात ही हाइट किस मेरे भाई आप
Enemy spotted.
You will not kill my ally.
Down and out.
Enemy spotted.
नो भाई उस तरह बैठते मैं मर गया बलिदान देना पड़ा मुझे
Reloading.
मत जा आगे
ये
ये यहाँ पर
भाई
ये भागा
मैं भाग गया
Spike planted.
आवाज बड़ी तो है
Last player standing.
ओ भाई
भाई एम लैब्स है ना एम लैब्स वो फ्री में आता है स्टीम पर
Switching sides.
एम
Aim
लैब्स
lab?
हाँ,
Prepare
aim lab।
yourselves.
ठीक
We
है।
fight once
अरे
again.
वो एम में हेल्प करता है मतलब हाँ उसका पिंग वैलोरेंट से भी गंदा आता है पर इसीलिए मैं वो नहीं खेलता वरना मैं गेम प्रैक्टिस कर
किधर प्लांट करना है बी पे
फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा हारना
भी
है
करते हो हार ही जाना है
अरे ऐसे कैसे
अब बस मैं किल निकालने के लिए खेलूंगा
सवाल कर रहा है ना
भाई जब इंस्टॉल ऑफ हो रहा है ना समझ लो आने वाला है
जाट भाई आप तो नूब रह गए
ये
जाट भाई नीचे से 1 प्लेट मोमोज दे दे
Fight!
एक कप चाय दे
Out of here.
हाँ भाई पीछे है।
नोआ भाई नहीं नोआ भाई को नहीं यार ब्रिंग
Enemy down.
52 है
Spike down mid.
अरे भाई
Last player standing.
Holy shit.
Spike down mid.
इसके सामने से आया ये बंदा ना
टाइम बचा लिया टाइम बचा
Peace.
टाइम बचा
We got this.
टाइम
मेरे को घुसने देना ठीक है ना स्मोक कर रहा हूँ मैं
तो भाई अभी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा समझ रहे हो?
अरे मैं घुस के कम से कम सामने फाइट तो करूँ फर्क पड़े या ना पड़े
अपना
Fully smoked.
डिफेंडिंग का अपनी
Enemy spotted A.
Last player standing.
110 चेंबर है
उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा
डैम भाई चला
इसको
जा
नाइस करो भाई
फाइट में तेरे गधे
मरेगा भाई तेरे राइट
राइट में।
Cállate.
110 लोगों को तो मार दे। तेरी रिलोड भी हुई, तेरी गन का एमो
Match point. So, do we mix it up? Double down? Let's talk.
अरे रिलोड तुझे तो तू नहीं करता तो भी तू मर ही जाता। दूसरी चीज कर ले। तेरे टट्टे के केवल इसमें से है क्या 1 सेंटीमीटर? मैं तेरे से 1 सेंटीमीटर ही नीचे।
Let's crack them open.
तेरा क्या माइक्रोस्कोप है क्या ब्रो? मैं कैसे खाऊंगा भाई माइक्रोस्कोप?
Smoke's down. Stim beacon down.
ओ यार 102 से जानवर ऊपर बैठा है इसका।
Get out of my way.
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
Insecto.
Oh nice.
Defenders win.
हाँ भाई ऑल गुड कुछ नहीं बोला मैंने।
-11।
अरे भाई अनरेटेड ही खेल लेते हैं या कुछ
कॉम्पी खेलो। नोआ भाई
क्या?
माइक ऑन रखो भाई, तुम कॉल भी नहीं देख पाओगे, क्या मतलब रहेगा?
अभी देख सामने वाला कैसे लोग आते हैं यार।
अरे सब कॉम्पी खेलोगे ना, अभी तो अपन कम लेवल पे है। जब गोल्ड डायमंड इसमें जाओगे ना तो
वो तो समझ गया मैं बात, वो मैं समझ गया, लेकिन मेरा स्ट्रीम में फोन जानते ही हो यार रवि भाई, आपको क्या बताना यार।
तो फिर कॉम्पी मत खेलो बात।
हाँ तो कॉम्पी मत खेलो ना, स्पाइकरस खेल लेते हैं ना।
अनरेटेड खेल लेते
स्पाइक नहीं, स्पाइक और अनरेटेड मेरे को नहीं जमता।
तो फिर वो डेथ मैच खेल ले।
स्विफ्ट नहीं
स्विफ्ट ले,
स्पाइक लगा लो।
स्पाइक लगा देता हूँ ना।
स्पाइक लगा फिर मैं चला जाता हूँ स्पाइक खेलते। मेरे को क्लिप्स निकालनी है इसलिए मैं
ठीक है।
Match found.
गीको ये लोग इंस्टा लॉक कर रहे हैं भाई। गीको आए हुए इतना टाइम नहीं हुआ, ये लोग एक्सपर्ट हो गए।
भाई क्या है
They think I'm an old dog. I'll show
इग्नोर
them just how
मारो
many
यार।
tricks I know.
और ऊपर से बकचोदी वो लोग पेलते हैं जो अलग।
देखो रिपोर्ट
अरे
कर रहा हूँ,
यार कोई बच्चा आ गया
देखो रिपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ हर चीज को लेके।
किसको
देखो
क्यों
गीको
भाई वो टेक्स्ट में मत कर देना, आप भी गाली दे के
सब किया
सब
मैंने,
गाली दे के आया हूँ।
Literally सब किया है मैंने।
लास्ट की गीको को भाई मैंने बहुत गाली दिया है, इसीलिए मैंने इधर माइक बंद कर लिया था ताकि आपकी स्ट्रीम का डिग्निटी मेंटेन हो पाए।
क्या बोलूं मैं।
अब भाई गाली दे रहा था तो अब जवाब तो देना पड़ता है। मैं गांधी जी का लड़का तो नहीं हूँ ना, इसीलिए।
और भाई देख, अगर गोल्ड वोल्ड पहुंचने के लिए है ना, अपने को पूरा 5 लोग चाहिए होंगे डिस्कॉर्ड में, रैंडम के साथ नहीं पहुंच सकता।
रैंडम के साथ तो भाई मैं सिल्वर 2 नहीं पहुंच पा रहा हूँ, गोल्ड कैसे पहुंच।
रैंडम के लिए 5 चाहिए डिस्कॉर्ड में कि आराम से भाई रोज खेल रहे हो ऐसा।
अपने यार बंदी बहुत इल रेगुलर सबको, या तो काम होता है या सब स्टूडेंट।
हाँ वो तो है ही, तभी तो मैं हमेशा थोड़ी खेलता हूँ, जब कोई बोलता है कॉम्पी तभी खेलता हूँ। हाँ
अपन नोरा भाई को थोड़ा सा एक आइडिया देना है, मतलब कि
Match found.
कैसे स्टार्ट करें। अभी रैंडमली चल रहा है नोरा भाई का पूरा गेम प्ले।
मैंने भाई बहुत सारी बिगनर्स गाइड देखी थी कुछ।
They think I'm an old dog. I'll show them
बिगनर्स
just how many
गाइड
tricks
नहीं,
I know.
अब नोहा भाई को इतना आइडिया नहीं आ रहा है कि मैप उल्टा घूम के जा रहे हैं।
हाँ थोड़ा बड़ा है ना यार, मेरे को देखना भी पड़ेगा, मैं देखता भी नहीं हूँ ना किसी का गेम। मेरे को कोई स्ट्रीमर सजेस्ट करो जो बढ़िया खेलता है।
यार कोई भी कॉम्पी वाला रेडिएंट या
हाँ नहीं तो फिर वही हाँ कॉम्पी वाला उन्हीं लोग को फिर उठाऊंगा रोस्टर ये सबको।
भाई मेरे हिसाब से आप जीशु को देख सकते हो, हाइड्रा फ्लिप को देख सकते हो।
हाँ, तेरा आवाज़ फिर कम हो गया यार साथ।
अरे मेरा माइक दूर चला गया।
हाँ,
अरे मेरे माइक का वॉल्यूम कम था। आप जीशु को देख सकते हो, उसको देख सकते हो, हाइड्रा फ्लिप को।
हाइड्रा फ्लिक।
हाँ हाइड्रा फ्लिप। और कौन है? बिंक्स भी अच्छा खेलता है पर बिंक्स
अच्छा
बाकी मैं तो इतना बस वही देख लेता हूँ, प्रो वैलोरेंट देख लेता हूँ। जैसे अभी वो चल रहा है ना बीसी।
हाँ अभी तो वो एशिया पैसिफिक चल रहा है ना।
हाँ साउथ एशिया नहीं, एशिया पैसिफिक भी चल रहा है अलग से, साउथ एशिया भी चल रहा है।
अच्छा हाँ एक और चल रहा है ना। हाँ सही बोला।
नॉर्थ विन पे जो है।
अरे यार क्या डॉज हो रहा है भाई, स्पाइक रश पे डॉज
भाई पता नहीं यार।
Match found.
जैसा अभी वेलोसिटी गेमिंग का चल रहा है।
They think I'm an old dog? I'll show them just how many tricks I know.
नहीं मैं डॉज करना चाह रहा हूँ।
क्यों भाई?
बताता हूँ क्यों। लो भाई ब्रीम छोड़ के दूसरा भी कुछ ट्राई करो।
अच्छा
और मैप में अभी मतलब स्मोकर की जरूरत नहीं है।
बात तो सही है। किसमें अभी फिर से डॉज करेगा ये?
अब तो प्लेयर 5 भाई आप डॉज कर ही रहे हो ना अब आप। अरे आपने तो पिक कर लिया भाई। अब ये तो अरे आपकी मम्मी चिल्ला रही है।
ये कांड हो गया।
क्यों बुली कर रहा है भाई?
वो पक्का डॉज करने वाला था। वही बोल रहा हूँ, वो पक्का डॉज करने वाला था।
मेरे भाई मैंने कह दिया, मुझे लगा वो कर देगा भाई। अनु वो सुन के भाई उसने पिक कर दिया बेचारा। मैंने तो इसलिए कहा था कि वो डॉज कर ही देगा भाई, ये लोग इतने अच्छे नहीं होते।
Spike rush.
Failure is the great teacher. So let's teach him something.
Let's go.
There.
Reloading.
Launching smoke.
Mark 2.
मैं नेपाल से
Somebody's there. Enemy B.
हाँ आदि नेपाली आदि।
Now we're cooking.
There.
Eddie, soldier.
वाह भाई वाह। मार्क कर रहा हूँ, कोई आया नहीं।
Enemy B. Enemy B.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Ready.
Let's go.
दो भाई के सर।
Sorry to spoil the party.
अरे रेना को किसने मारा?
नहीं
Their Viper is
Right there.
terrifying. I love it.
अरे टर्न ऑफ हो गया।
Right there. Wes, keep your guard up.
मेरे को पता था इस सीरीज में पास है।
Where are you? Enemy spotted mid. Somebody's there. Enemy there. Trash is ready.
There.
हाँ भाई कवर
Saw
नहीं
you,
कर
little homie. We'll catch them.
Bring them down.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Right there.
Nothing's perfect, but that was perfection.
Last round before the switch.
Pero like, why can't we just hug it out? Pinche
क्या बोला है?
मैं आपको बाद में आके ऐड कर लूंगा अभी मेरे को वैसे मेरे अरे मेरे हाँ अच्छा मेरी आवाज़ सनी देओल जैसी है अच्छा
Open up the sky!
मेरी आवाज़ सनी देओल जैसी है मुझे भी नहीं पता है
Mark 2.
ओ यार
Enemy attacker spawn.
bring them back.
I'll take it.
Spike planted.
Sana, sana.
क्या करने को मिल जाता है
Blow him up, Mosh.
Still in sight.
One enemy remaining.
Three. Rush. Saw you, little homie.
लेमे भाई बैक कर
ये मेरे को
ओए अपना टीममेट भी
Reloading.
ये फर्स्ट टाइम देखा है।
Beep, beep, right
अपने
there.
को भी करेगा।
Switching sides. Match point.
Stamp out their last breath.
नॉर्मल दो जगह करो
There.
यहाँ और यहाँ
Keep them on the run.
Where are you?
Smoke's down.
Enemy A.
Launching smoke.
Wingman's planting.
Out of charges.
Still in sight.
नहीं मैंने फिनिक्स को देख लिया
Careful here.
ओ भाई इधर मारो ना
Dizzy's up. Dizzy has target.
One enemy remaining.
Right there.
Attackers win.
I'll never retire.
एक बार
इसमें क्लिप्स निकल जाएगी इसमें सारे नूब भी आते हैं
लगा लो
9-0 में मरा ही थी एक खेल के जाओ
Match found.
नहीं आ रही है क्या करूंगा सो के भाई छोड़ो
एग्जाम भी खत्म हो गया ना
हाँ
They think I'm an old dog?
भाई एग्जाम में
I'll
तो
show 'em just
10
how many
घंटे
tricks
सोता
I
था
know.
6-8 घंटे पढ़ता था बस
बहुत से
1-2
गेम
घंटे खेल लेता था वैलोरेंट
1-2 घंटे
हाँ
बहुत सही
8-10 घंटे सो लेता था भाई ताकि पेपर में नींद ना आए फिर भी आती थी भाई मैं जैसे ही उस टेबल पे बैठता था मेरे को बात आनी शुरू मैं
ठीक है भाई
स्कूल में पेपर होता भाई खुद की स्कूल ज़्यादा अच्छी है मेरी आई गेस वो सेंटर हाउस से भाई उन्होंने एलिवेटेड टेबल्स मंगवा रखे
Spike rush.
अब उसमें मेरा शीट
Perfect. A hostile raise. Kill her before she brings this whole place down on top of us.
देखा होगा कि भाई रैंकिंग के लिए अच्छी है
Smoke's down.
Multiple enemies C.
Dizzy's up top. Someone's there. Enemy A. Go get it, buddy.
Down you go.
Multiple enemies. Colorful kill.
One enemy remaining.
इसका पावर भी है
Flawless.
Satchel out.
Embarrassing.
यार ये
Reloading.
That's the way.
अपन ने जिसको डैमेज दिया यार वो वाला टैब हट गया ऐसा दिमाग खराब हो रहा है ना
अरे एन दबाओ एन से आएगा
नहीं आ रहा है
एन से नहीं आ रहा आपके देखो सेटिंग में जाके
अरे एस्केप में भी दिखता था
Together.
मरने के बाद साइड में हमेशा दिखता
वो
था
हाइड रिपोर्ट होगा आपके कंट्रोल्स में जाके देखो ना
Fully smoked.
आपको बंद कर दिया
Fire in the hole!
Now we're cooking. My ult's ready.
करने देना मैं बैटल ले लेता
See ya.
One enemy remaining.
3. Just a scratch.
लेट्स गो
सबको नहीं मारना
सबको मार दूंगा मैं
Last round in the half.
I'll kill that omen. I'll take his memories. I will remember.
Watch and learn.
इसको डिप्रेशन में डाल दो डिप्रेशन
Open up the sky.
It's all you, little homie.
Sky's out.
जाकर ले लूंगा 10
One enemy remaining.
नाइस
हो ही नहीं रहा एक भी नहीं
Up and away.
Switching sides. Match point.
One last fight, everyone. We can do it.
मेरे एक किल नहीं मैं भी रोज क्लिप निकालने आया था
Launching smoke.
My ult. Watch this.
Up you go.
ओह नाइस
कि वो ब्लाइंड था
Last player standing.
ये इसका स्ट्रॉन्ग पर डाल दे
See ya. Grenade.
लेट्स गो वो लॉन्ग पर है और भी है एक शॉट है
भाई बहरा था क्या ये
नहीं आओ
हो सकता है
ये देखो सबको कैसे मारता हूँ मैं
Fully smoked.
Fire in the hole.
होली शिट
Enemy spot.
That's the spike, Wings.
देखिए ये मिनियन को दोहरा दिया इसने प्लांट करने के लिए
अरे उसने
Cover going out.
You did good.
तेज भाई जेट भाई बच्चे से प्लान कर रहा है अपने भूख खा लिया पिट जाऊंगा भाई लॉन्ग
Cover going out.
Enemy
हाँ दोनों फ्लैश है
Last player standing.
अरे स्मोक कर
कसम नाइस क्या हाल है भाई हितन भाई क्या चल रहा है वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम मैन कैसे हो आप ओ भाई ये बवासीर मिल गया भाई आओ लॉन्ग में फाइट करते हैं जरा
के खेलूंगा ना तो एक भी
कितने मजे लेने वाला हूँ मैं।
Come on, let's go.
रेमी भाई मेरे पे स्मोक कर देंगे, बहुत बुरा लगा।
Here. What's this? I've got your trail.
कांड करो भाई। अरे क्यों गोली वेस्ट?
Out of here.
Last player standing.
लो भाई
30 seconds left.
ये क्या था?
मॉली भी कर दो, मॉली भी कर दो, मॉली भी कर दो।
Molly.
खुदी पे, खुदी पे।
Sudden death.
मेरे को उल्टे जगह करना चाहिए था, दूसरे वॉल के उस तरफ इस तरफ कर दिया था मैंने। Let's go.
Here. Let's take what they have. Enemy spotted me. Got him. Party's over. My ult's ready.
One enemy
My ult's
remaining.
ready.
Knife, 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 knife.
Nice.
Attackers win.
कैसे बदतमीज आदमी है ये, मैं ऑफ कर रहा हूँ, मुझसे स्मोक कर दिया।
सब 0 खेलता ना।
एक हुआ है पूरे गेम में।
अब बनेगा इसमें क्लिप अच्छा।
अब बहुत अच्छा क्लिप बनेगा। कोई नहीं भाई, काफी है, क्लिप काफी है।
चल जा रहा है तू, जा। गुड नाइट।
जा रहा हूँ मैं भी जाइए।
ठीक है, ओके गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट।
खेल लो क्या?
मैं खेलूंगा,
हाँ तो मैं भी खेलूंगा।
स्पाइकरस ही लगाऊंगा, क्या बोलते हो?
हाँ एक स्पाइक खेल।
ठीक है। काटो, क्लिप बनाओ, हाईलाइट बनो कूल।
मोन्टाज बना के कूल बहुत
मोन्टाज बना के कूल हुआ बनेगा।
प्रो बॉय बनना, प्रो बॉय। होम प्लान बॉय।
Match found.
जल्दी से मोन्टाज बना लेता हूँ, फिर दूर ज्यादा हो।
They think I'm an old dog? I'll show them just how many tricks I know.
Jett is a better vehicle. Jett सबसे easy agent है भाई सीखने को, उसमें कुछ खास है।
करना नहीं ना रे। हाँ ये 116 लेवल है भाई रेस का, 173 है वैनितो का। माय गॉड यार अगर मैं 116 लेवल पहुंच गया ना कभी, नहीं पहुंच पाऊंगा क्या? Hey son.
Spike rush.
Hey, that dress is shatterproof, man.
Anyone test grenades on it yet? I'm
तुम बोलो 113 लेवल में मैं कभी पहुंच पाऊंगा?
एक साल खेलोगे?
1 साल
अरे मतलब 1 साल इतना खेलोगे ना जितना अभी खेल रहे हो।
Launching smoke.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted. Finished.
Oh my god यार.
One enemy remaining.
को तो मैं मारूंगा। 3K
Reloading.
Here.
Oh nice.
Here.
I'm the last thing they'll see before they're gone.
That race sucks.
Watch this.
Cutting through.
Oh my god 1-0.
Blocking sight.
बॉडी शॉट लगा हेडशॉट उसको लगा.
Spotted mid.
देख रहा है. पेट में घुसा के गोली मारा भाई.
Last player standing.
एक किल तो आ रहा है.
Over here.
दूसरा भी आ रहा है.
Get out of my way. Cutting through.
30 seconds left.
गुरु भाई क्या ज्यादा हुआ है. अब नहीं हो पाएगा अब नहीं.
10 seconds left. One enemy
My
remaining.
ult's ready.
गुरु भाई अल्ट कर दो. कोई नहीं गुरु भाई मर जाओ अच्छा है.
Very good.
Last
guys.
round before the switch.
अरे
Remember to talk to each other out there. If we communicate, we win.
Take control.
Fully smoked.
I'll handle this. Enemies
My ult's ready.
One down.
Stim beacon down.
Here.
There. Right planet. Still in sight.
Hi! I'm pissed!
One enemy remaining.
Here.
Someone's in defender spawn. Aw, told you try harder. My ult's ready. Here.
Switching sides.
Reloading. Their KO kills Radiance.
We'll see.
You're mine right now.
Smoke's down.
Decoy.
My ult's ready. Watch this. Enemy spotted A. Enemy.
One enemy remaining.
राइट है, इधर पीछे ही आ। यहाँ पर ही है। मिड से आएगा। ना भाई बी पर चले जाओ। बी क्या?
30 seconds left. Last player standing. 10 seconds left. Spike planted.
यहाँ पर है सामने। दो है वो।
Smoke's down.
अब स्मोक तो काफी खराब कर दी।
Out of charges.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Out of charges.
अबे नहीं।
काटेगा।
Clutch.
वाह कसम।
भाई नहीं समझ आती तेरी भाषा।
The enemy only looks composed. Their hearts tell a different story.
उर्दू में तकल्लुफ कर लेते तो मजा आता।
Let's start this party.
Decoy.
Enemy spotted mid.
रेस वॉर्म नहीं लेना रेस।
Enemy in a fence.
Oh my god.
Last player standing.
Fake teleport.
Spike planted.
Back off.
ओ भाई किधर भाग रहा था।
Match point.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
ट्राई हार्ड मत करो भाई, ट्राई हार्ड मत करो यार।
For you, hermanita.
ऐसे कैसे टीममेट आ जाते हैं डकारे वाले।
You are powerless.
They will cower.
Hi! I'm pissed! My ult ready.
Stim beacon down.
Spike planted.
रेस तो मर गया। रेस और
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
I blew you up!
वन मोर।
Grenade! Go get him.
Smoke's down.
Satchel out.
Last player
Oh.
standing. One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Impressive wiring.
ऐसा लगता
Clutch.
Don't mess with this Bayana.
है इधर तो बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं करते।
Sudden death.
जैसे सौरभ जोशी साहब। वाह, ज्यादा हो। क्या कहते हो भाई? हेलो मेरा आवाज आ रहा है?
Smoke's down.
Reloading.
Got one.
Many enemies, eh?
You're done.
बिना हील करने
Spike
का
planted. One enemy remaining.
हाँ भाई ए पर प्लांट हो गया और डिफ्यूज। आपको भाई मेरी आवाज आ रही थी क्या?
आ रही है
तो आपने मुझे इग्नोर कर दिया।
यार, इग्नोर कहा क्या मैंने? नहीं किया।
अरे यार मेरा इतना अच्छा झूठ था। आपसे उसका कंक्लूजन पूछ रहा था, क्या वो बात सही है?
क्या कंफ्यूजन?
कंक्लूजन पूछ रहा था।
किस चीज का?
Defenders win.
Feeling proud.
काफी चीजें मिल जाती है जो जिसके वो हकदार नहीं होते, जैसे सौरभ जोशी सब्सक्राइबर।
अबे इसमें पता है क्या ये है कि पहले किसने हिम्मत कर दिया, वो वाला सीन है। अभी सौरभ जैसे जब ने स्टार्ट किया था तब सोच कितना उसको वो हुआ होगा कि कैसे पोस्ट करूंगा मैं, क्या करूंगा, लेकिन उसने किया भाई रेगुलर।
एल्गोरिदम मेहरबान भी एक
एल्गोरिदम भाई है वो चीज़, लेकिन समझ ना यार, वो उसने सबसे पहले स्टार्ट किया और लोग
बहुत लोग करते थे यार उस टाइम पे।
नहीं तू देख, मैं तेरे को बताता हूँ, करेक्ट करता हूँ यहाँ पे। सबसे पहले करता था मुंबई का निखिल, और जब वो 2007-8 में
करता था, उससे भी पहले
हाँ। कौन?
UHC व्लॉग्स करता था भाई, उससे भी पहले।
अरे UHC किसका नाम ले रहा है यार?
जानते हो आप?
हाँ मतलब है, मतलब देखा है, मतलब जैसे देख मुंबई का निखिल करता था उस समय बहुत कम लोग करते थे, ठीक है। तो उसके बाद बहुत लोग कोशिश किया, ऐसा नहीं किए, लेकिन रेगुलर कौन रहा? और वो सीन है, अभी वो रेगुलर रहा, रोज की कहानी अपडेट कर रहा है, रोज का अपना बकचोदी वो डाल रहा है यूट्यूब पे। यार ऑब्वियसली यूट्यूब भी देख रहा है कि यार रोज मेहनत कर रहा है भाई वो।
तो आज हम कराने आए हैं फ्यूज की साइकिल।
हाँ, आज हम कुत्ता का ये कराने आए हैं, कभी हम जा रहे हैं यहाँ। यार तू खुद सोच, तू अपनी फैमिली के साथ बैठ के ये कर सकता है?
नहीं भाई, मेरे
नहीं हो पाएगा, समझ रहा हूँ, लेकिन उसने हिम्मत करके कर दिया भाई, तो चल रहा है भाई। और एक वो है, अभी तो एक वो क्या नाम है, एक यंग कपल है जो शादी वादी किए हुए राजस्थान में, और मुश्किल से 18 साल का दोनों है, और दोनों मस्त प्रेग्नेंट हो रहे हैं, बच्चे पैदा कर रहे हैं, मस्त उनका चल रहा है भाई ब्लॉग। हाँ सीरियसली ढूंढना ना, तेरे को मिलेगा यंग राजस्थानी कपल, व्लॉगिंग कपल, तेरे को मिलेगा वो। अभी क्या कर रहे हैं, खेलना है या फिर अभी बंद जाना है?
ये खेल के जा।
ठीक है
भाई यंग राजस्थान में होता है ये।
हाँ ना यार, मतलब वो उसको लोग ये भी है कि खूब सुपर चैट भी भेज रहे हैं, खूब मतलब अप्रिशिएट भी कर रहे हैं, तो अब इसलिए उसका चल रहा है चैनल।
वो भाई वो केवल फनी के लिए कर रहे हैं।
वो भी हो, अभी देख वो लॉर्ड पुनीत को जान रहा है ना?
लॉर्ड पुनीत को तो
अब लॉर्ड पुनीत देख, वो कुछ नहीं, उसका कोई खासा टैलेंट नहीं है, लेकिन भाई उसका डायलॉग फेमस हो गया, क्योंकि वही डायलॉग वो हर में डाल रहा है।
They think I'm an old dog.
अब वो फेमस है तो उसको यूट्यूबर से बुला रहे, जो यूट्यूबर उसका रोस्ट बनाते थे वही बुला कर उसको रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हैं भाई। कभी सोच सकता था ट्रिगर ये सब, पता नहीं कौन से ये सब है, बड़े बड़े यूट्यूबर हैं, वो तक उसको बुला के भाई व्यूज कर रहे हैं। खुद सोच रहे भाई, कंटेंट जनरेट कर रहे हैं, व्यूज का मतलब वही हो गया ना। और भाई यूट्यूब में बहुत पैसा है भाई, हम लोग तो ऐसे ही बकचोदी में करते हैं अगर देखा जाए तो भाई
ब्रांड डील्स का ये है, एडसेंस का तो नहीं है।
एडसेंस का भी है भाई, तू समझ बात को, जब एक तेरा लिमिट थ्रेशोल्ड क्रॉस होता है ना तो तेरे 1000 व्यूज के बहुत अच्छे खासे पैसे मिलते हैं भाई, क्योंकि तेरा रिकॉल वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया।
भाई मेरे दोस्त है मतलब काफी, जिनके 40K 50K है।
40K 50K में तो इतना नहीं है ज़्यादा।
हाँ इसीलिए मेरे को वो बोल रहे थे कि भाई 1000 व्यूज 2000 व्यूज में उतना पैसा नहीं मिलता, मुश्किल से पैसे मिलते हैं।
फिर भी तक बताता हूँ, एक जैसे जिसके 50,000 60,000 है, उसका जब तू CPM देखेगा ना तो नॉर्मल जो 4-5 हज़ार वाले हैं ना उनसे ज़्यादा CPM होता है इनका। अगर नॉर्मल वाले को 0.25 या 20 मिल रहा होगा या 10 मिल रहा होगा तो उन लोगों को 30-40 ऐसे मिलता है।
जैसे मैकेनिकल पांडे को जानते हो आप भाई?
हाँ मैकेनिकल पांडे उसका, हाँ मैकेनिकल पांडे RP करता था।
हाँ वो मेरा RP में ही दोस्त बना था HTRP 1.2 में।
अच्छा
जब उसके 1000 सब्सक्राइबर थे, अभी उसके 43-44 के हो गए शायद। वो आईक्यू रेड नाइट्स में वो नहा लिया था भाई लाइव स्ट्रीम पे।
अच्छा हाँ सही याद दिलाया, एकदम सही बोला।
उससे हो गए थे भाई, वो क्रेजी बंदा है।
हाँ तो रेड का देख बूस्टेड तो इतने ज़्यादा कम्युनिटी में, मतलब कम्युनिटी के यार, मतलब ये अपना यूट्यूबर्स है, बहुत सारे लोग बूस्टेड वाले हैं, ठीक है,
अब
जिनको
उसका चैनल अब डेड हो गया है लगभग, कैसे
हाँ डेड हो जाता है वो थोड़े दिन बाद।
मतलब आ रहे उसके 5K 6K 7K बस इतने पे रुका। रेड से चैनल डेड हो जाता है भाई, और YouTube भी फिर
भाई देख रेड्स है ना, कंटेंट जो भी यूट्यूबर है उसके ऊपर है कि वो कैसा कंटेंट दे रहा है। अगर वो बांध सकता है ऑडियंस तो भाई ठीक है चलेगा, अब जो नहीं बांध सकता उसका तो डेड होगा भाई।
जोकर भाई है ना, जोकर भाई, जोकर भाई भी आरपी करते थे पहले। उन्होंने, उनका भी रेट से ग्रो हुआ पर उन्होंने बांध लिए भाई बंदे।
बहुत सारे लोग हैं आरपी खेल, मतलब आरपी में तो बहुत सारे लोग मिले भाई, अभी बहुत
भाई मेरे को एक बंदा मिला, वो है ना शॉर्ट्स डालता है, ठीक है, वो मेरे साथ में गैंग आरपी कर रहा था, ठीक है, वो बंदा शॉर्ट्स डालता है, वो HTRP 2.0 में मेरी गैंग में था, उसने है ना 4 टीमें करी, एक में भी कुछ नहीं खेला, वो फ्री फायर वाले बच्चे होते हैं ना, उनको टारगेट करा उसने स्ट्रीम्स में, उसमें बोलता रहता था कि भाई फ्री फायर का ये मिलेगा वो मिलेगा, वो स्ट्रीम में एक ऑडियो लूप कर दिया, एक वीडियो लूप कर दिया, 12 13 घंटे की स्ट्रीम्स करी 4 भाई, उसके 500 के हो गए, इतने कुछ 100 से ऊपर हो गए भाई उसके
भाई।
बताओ भाई, मैंने कहा ये क्या मनी ग्लिच कर लिया भाई तूने। तभी तो कोको मेलन भी कितने पैसे कमा रहे हैं भाई बच्चों को।
See ya.
भाई वो शॉर्ट्स क्लिप डाल देता है, क्या स्पाइडरमैन GTA खेल रहा है GTA 5 में,
यही चलती भी है,
इतनी चल जाती है उसकी क्लिप्स ऐसे भाई। मैं देख रहा हूँ भाई 5 मिलियन व्यूज, 6 मिलियन।
30 seconds left. 1 enemy remaining.
तो देखिए उसको।
वही तो शॉर्ट्स में है ना कि भाई मतलब इजी है, बट एक बार ही वही वायरल होने वाला सीन है, अगर एल्गो क्लिक कर गया बहुत ज़्यादा वो आ जाता है। लेकिन यार अभी वही है ना, जो बनना चाहते हैं यूट्यूबर उनको पूरा दम पूरा लगाना पड़ेगा, समझ रहे हो ना।
तो बात है फ्री होनी चाहिए,
बहुत कुछ है यार।
Who trained you?
बैठा हूँ उसके, अब कम हो गए 100 के हो गए थे शायद यार, 99 अब इसमें
1 enemy remaining. Reloading. Spike planted.
अभी भी ये वो बकचोदी चालू रखता है इसके ऊपर।
भाई मैंने तो ऐसे ऐसे भिखमंगे यूट्यूबर को देखा है ना भाई, वो खोल के पैसा मांगते हैं भाई, खोल के बोलते हैं भाई ई बेगिंग भाई, मैं क्या बोलूँ यार।
अरे सैचल फेंक देता भाई। अरे तू ऊपर चला जाता ना।
Satchel out. Satchel out. I diffuse things in my sleep.
भाई ई बैगिंग तो
Same. I love explosions.
Cover going out.
भाई ठीक है, क्या बोल सकते हैं, जिसका
Last
जितना
round in the half.
हिम्मत है को पा रहा है वो क्या कर रहे हो।
Gotta go.
अब उनको भी तो घर चलाना है, बात तो ये है। उनके पर्सपेक्टिव से देखो तो भाई
ऑब्वियसली
बात ये भी है। मेरा पिंग 102 दिखा रहा है क्या आपको भी?
पिंग कैसे देखते हैं?
नहीं आ रहा है 102 पिंग का। नहीं सर्वर का इशू है आपको। भाई मुंबई सर्वर कभी कभी हो जाता है खराब।
standing.
ओह भाई नाइस 1009 का डैमेज दिया उसने
Switching sides.
चैट में देखना
Listen up. Kill them before they kill us.
भाई 1009 का डैमेज दिया फिर पुश्ते भी मार दी क्या भाई?
ओ भाई
भाई उसके 10 बच्चे मार दिए क्या? क्या कर रहा है?
Launching smoke.
क्या कह रहा है भाई? छी भाई छी राम 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 बोलो भाई राम.
Enemy spotted right.
Now we're cooking.
भाई मेरे पे पुश हो गया.
अबे मार अबे कब मारेगा का तेरे
भाई बहुत लेट.
ENMM के कौन है ये
आएंगे दोनों पुश से आएंगे. नहीं दोनों रेस पर है.
One enemy remaining.
Got one.
दिमाग नहीं.
Blinding.
रेस भाई एक किल तो आ जाए. नाइफ नाइफ अरे ये मेरे
Match point.
The day is almost ours. Take
तुम
it.
कैसे देखते हो ना
I'm out of
टैप
here.
दबाओ ना वो पिंग लिखा हुआ होता है ना टैप दबाओ.
टैब दबाया ओके 72 आ रहा है
भाई बहुत ज्यादा आ रहा है भाई.
वैसे आप
आता
ना
है मेरा तो.
अच्छा तुम रहते कहाँ पे हो
मैं राजस्थान में
ओके
Enemy spotted A.
अरे यार डैश उस साइड. हाँ ब्रो हाँ हंसी आ गई बहुत ज्यादा. वाओ
भाई लेकर बैठा हुआ उधर ही
हाँ ब्रो हंसी आ गई हंसी. अब फाइट
भाई इसको क्या मारा है वो वोमेन को यार
ले भाई ले
Enemy spotted A.
ले भाई देख रहा हूँ मैं भी देख.
अरे अरे
Going B.
अबे क्यों ले रहा है इसकी तू
Quiet.
अरे यार वो मेरे मरने पे हंस रहा है. मैं भी उसके मरने. भाई तू भी अनोइंग है.
Chaos.
रे सबसे ज्यादा अनोइंग है. यूज करो. मैं क्यों मरूंगा?
भाई मैं तेरे साथ गिरा
Watch out.
Begins.
Gotta go.
उमर
Last player standing.
Got it.
भाई नाइस ओ बाबा बच गया
मैं तो कहता हूँ आप मर जाओ.
भाई क्या चीखता भाई
Sudden death.
हाँ धुआं उड़ा देते हैं सबका लेट्स गो
अरे यार नहीं हो पा रहा.
क्या बोल रहे हो
नहीं हो पा रहा. किल नहीं हो पा रहा.
इतना सारा किल किया हुआ है बोल रहे किल नहीं हो रहा
2 किल सबसे नीचे.
Fully smoked.
बहुत से कोना में आके बैठ रहा है मत जाना बिल्कुल मत जा अंदर कॉर्नर होल्ड करके बैठा हुआ है
वो नियॉन को बेट करे.
बुझ सकते
My ult's ready. Watch this.
One enemy remaining.
Planted. My ultimate is ready.
No charges left.
Shadows traveling. Stealing sight. Here.
Attackers win.
To this road. We can't stop here.
क्या बात कर रहे थे अपन?
क्या वही YouTube का बात कर रहे थे भाई कि कैसे लोग कुछ लोग जो डिजर्व नहीं करते फिर भी पैसे कमा लेते हैं, कुछ बेचारे स्कैम करके पैसे कमा लेते हैं।
भाई स्कैम का तो सीन बताता हूँ। कुछ दिन पहले जो मतलब लोग करते हैं, ऐसा नहीं, देखो मैं कुछ बताता हूँ। जैसे एक तो हो गया वो जो यूसी देते थे।
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
यूसी देने वाला क्या सीन था कि वो जैसे ही तू करेगा तेरा आईडी हैक हो जाएगा, ठीक है। तेरे अगर कोई अच्छा स्किन है तो ऑब्वियसली वो स्किन वो बेच देते हैं अकाउंट के साथ। सेम होता है स्टीम के साथ। अभी कुछ दिन पहले तूने देखा है ये अपना CSGO का स्ट्रीम चल रहा था और एक स्कैन दिया हुआ था स्क्रीन पे। तो जैसे ही स्कैन करता है ना तो वो तेरे को प्रॉम्प्ट करता है कि स्टीम आईडी लॉगिन करो। तो स्टीम आईडी लॉगिन कर, हाँ
वो स्कैन वाला सब शिट फेक था।
हाँ, फिर वो तेरा आईडी
गया स्टीम आईडी एक बार दे चुका हूँ ना हैक, तो इसीलिए मुझे पता है अब कैसे होता है।
हाँ, वो सीन हो जाता है। तो बहुत सारे तरीके और यूट्यूब तो इजी है एकदम, क्योंकि भाई लोग खाली हैं और देख रहे हैं इधर उधर भाई वीडियोस देख रहे हैं।
पबजी में पता है मैंने अपना अकाउंट बेचा था बहुत महंगा। हाँ $8 का बेचा था मैंने वो अकाउंट, क्योंकि उसमें है ना कुछ मैंने खरीदा एक भी पैसा नहीं था उसमें, एक पैसा नहीं लगाया था उसमें, लेकिन M4 ग्लेशियर खुल गई थी। भाई बंदे पागल थी उस स्किन के पीछे। भाई मैंने बेच दिया था $8 का और फिर वो बैन हो गया था गेम।
अभी वैलोरेंट है, वैलोरेंट में ये बंडल आया जो 7100 कुछ का दिख रहा है ना। अभी तेरे को इसका जो टॉपअप कराएगा ना तो तेरा अकाउंट टॉपअप कर देता है, समझ रहा ना। टॉपअप करके कार्डिंग जो भी करे टॉपअप कर दे तो आराम से खरीद ले। जो 7000 का तेरे को 2000-3000 में मिल जाएगा। बहुत सारा सीन है यार, बहुत सारा सीन है। बता लगा रहा है
क्या टाइम क्या होगा?
नहीं हाँ भाई
नहीं तो चप्पल पड़ जाती है
ना। रेमी भाई भी
बात करूंगा थोड़ी देर सो जाऊंगा भाई। रेमी भाई तो अब चले गए।
हाँ रेमी भाई तो गए।
चलो ठीक है भाई,
चलो मैं भी निकलता हूँ। गुड नाइट। तन्ना नी नारे नारे नारा नारे नारे ना। भाई कब खत्म होगा इसका?
ऐसे बोल रहे यार।
आज आतंकी अहमद की गाड़ी नहीं पलटी भाई, क्या वक्त नहीं चल रहा। आतंकी अहमद के साथ नैनी जेल में क्या हो रहा है भाई, ये देखो ये बोर्ड पे लिख रहा है भाई, ये देखो हद हो गया भाई। एक्टिंग का भी भाई सीरियसली ब्रो। आतंकी को जेल में डालते ही पुलिस ने कर दिया ये ऐलान। अरे बाबा VCD देखा जाए क्या चल रहा है।
We get to see a little bit of new stuff every single time. Again, Na'Vi rocking with the double controllers here with the Viper as well. Not anything new to Lotus by any means, but seeing CNED on the Omen, seeing Trex on the Raze as well, like back on a duelist for him. That is super cool as we get into our second map.
Start of the season, they're allowed to shake things up, but let's shake this arena up a little bit, everybody.
हाँ यार देखा जाए।
Na'Vi and Koi on Lotus.
बोला गया मेरे को थोड़ा मैच देखना होगा।
Starting on defense, it's going to have to be Na'Vi. Koi on attack, but it seems even though Na'Vi is on the defense, they take early presence over to A main.
Yeah, and when it comes to Lotus, every single round nearly comes to who is fighting for A main. Both teams going to try to take control. The Omen one way there, very powerful to try and lock that down. So eventually we'll see, I think, Na'Vi using Zipan's flash, these types of things to fight forward. The Omens always love to teleport over as well. So a late clear with the drone, just to see if there is going to be an aggressive push on close. And they do spot the sky there as well, important.
Very late Aldrin coming in. Well, very late. I mean, wasn't used instantly, but they find out that CNED's nearby. Maybe the assistance of Zipan has also been telegraphed, but Koi don't opt in pushing to A.
Let's not forget, some stall power over here on the pistol. Not all the utility in the world to dump it down, but
Oh,
you
no,
can see
Angel.
he's just getting destroyed.
And so is Angel at that point, but somehow still alive. He got blinded, he got spotted, and he had nades thrown at him, but he's still standing, and that's the important part. He can still delay this push.
Yeah, the spike is just completely trapped on site as well. You can't really bail out. The door was opened, I believe, for these two players to work into the B site.
Well, if Coldamento is able to push from B onto C, that would be quite a crunch. They're waiting for it to happen. But he's going to have to face up against Zipan. But Zipan is hiding out. He's not going to spot it. Will he be able to surprise him? Suigetsu able to pick it up in the end. Koi with only 2 players remaining, but it's Suigetsu's turret to do it again. Trex has to drop a Navi with first blood.
Suigetsu, this man, a 3K to finish Ascent, open it up here as well. I'm sorry, that was Shadows layup. So what am I even talking about?
क्या मैच निकाला यार, क्या मैच निकाला भाई.
Back showing that it absolutely pays off for him. And I mean, just the amount of stall in that site hit, and it's only going to get worse, right? Let's not forget that. It only gets worse from here as they have all the money in the world to buy the mollies, the nades, in order to stall out those A hits. So again, for Koi, when it comes to the attack in future, right now throwing away some mid presence, trying to maybe split either into C or B eventually, it will so much come down to whether or not they can control A main and
Holy shit.
what that means for converting that into an A or B hit.
Yeah, remember that stalling is very familiar to us, right? That's exactly what they showed us Ascent. It's what they've been known to do on a lot of these occasions. Dry out their opponents from all of their resources. But Koi, you know, this is a round where they're going to have to take a risk, right? Obviously, on the bottom foot. They have to draw it back in their favor. And he did talk about this A main push a lot, right? This, this very aggressive maneuver. You will always see teams fighting for this.
Do you think CNET ever gets bored of just one-waying this off cooldown just for the entire round? Like, it's just nuts.
One-way
One-ways
simulator.
do go down. They are going to be able to catch him on a timing now. When this one falls in just a moment, he will not have for 10 seconds, you can see on the E. After the third smoke,
देख रहे हो कैसे होल्ड कर रहा है.
Yeah, and he'll be able to go into what he enjoys most, and that is shooting off heads. Zipan, the first contact with the Guardian, will get switched off, which means it's a potential weapon to be picked up here from Koi, giving them more chances, but they've run the clock dry for yet another time, even if it's on a different frontier. Coldamenta, they've actually put Koi right back on our radar because this A site is open and exactly where the spike can go down.
Yeah, they're able to get the plant too. 3 versus 3, not impossible by any means with a couple of sheriffs and the Guardian that Shadows has been able to secure.
Angel softened up. Still some utility available for Koi. Not able to spot out Shadows.
Coldamenta, look at this super late flank into spawn, but losing a player on site, it could be too late.
It's going to take so long for him to get there. The spike isn't being touched just yet. Will they be touching it again? They know where Coldamenta's coming from. They allowed him to push through there for a reason, and Na'Vi get a second round on the board.
Nice attempt trying to convert that
Nice.
one, but Na'Vi clean in the retake after losing a couple of players. And that's going to be 5 ult orbs for Suigetsu after finding the 3K in the pistol.
Good. One step closer to being back.
Not quite close enough, I think, to activate in round 3, which is where you can really try to spin things around in your favor, but very nicely played by him regardless. Now I think this is the round where we're going to first see some aggression from Koi, I would hope. I would hope we see some kind of a look from them coming in. Especially just countering out this one way. It is also possible they just try to play slow a little bit, and around 40 seconds in the future, when the Omen cooldown cycle is down, they could try to hit during that point. But at that point, because the Viper Wall so frequently, it's not down this time on the attack, but there you see it blocks off A, right? That's really frustrating to deal with because it's another layer you have to break through. And if you're waiting until 40 seconds to even go into A main, oh man, now you have to go through a Viper, the rotations, it gets really challenging.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure thrown at you, and you have to deal with it all, and it all takes time. I think that's the main my main point of this. We're seeing, obviously, the value of Xiao throwing over his utility. But of course, this push into the C site is what they're heading for.
Get out of there!
Into the Nano Swarm, that takes up quite a crunch on Trex.
Yeah, if you're a Killjoy player, go ahead and just screenshot the minimap next round and learn where he puts all these volleys because they are so brutal. There's no room, and it's actually forced Koi to pivot away from the C site. Even with the util down, they're going to move into B now. But there's an alarm there, and Zipan has another flash. Actually, the flash has been used, so no way to fight the smoke. Shadows finds 2.
He does find 2, and that clearly accesses them this B site. Now moving into it, Na'Vi, they've only got 2 to deal with this. Now, I wouldn't expect them to hold back. This is definitely an attempt they're going to go for. So let's see if CNED is able to find some magic here.
Oh,
Not against
Bidu.
Stark, so that is.
Last
Shall
play.
have to walk through. Starks is there and waiting yet again, but receives a bullet between the eyes.
Holy shit.
Vice versa for Shao.
There you go.
2-1, Corey on the board.
This is where I would scream Shados really loud and then not get confused like I did with Sugetsu earlier on. I'd be like, yeah, he's popping up last round or last map. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
regardless, Koi, very good on them to bounce back. And here it finally is. Rifle v Rifle. I know we're going to have a replay. Enjoy the replay. I'm going to talk about this next round because it is finally going to be a fight right off the rip for Rebel. I can tell you immediately that Koi have 4 players ready to go. They've got flashes. They've got the opportunity for Trex or Starkso to try and teleport or jump forward, which is really, really important. But they do have to be a little bit careful on the reflank, or on the retake attempt, because you can see Sugetsu only 2 orbs off. So if he's able to find a kill or 2 on this side hit, it could shut things down.
Well, this time around, Koi do gain this early A main control, which does put some pressure onto Na'Vi, and you can kind of see where they're shuffling their pieces around. This time, dedicating 3 towards B definitely changes the dynamic of where the pressure is coming through from the attackers.
Now, the baby door over to Shados' left is closed, and he actually just got ultimate off of that. The option to try and burst over into the B site could be there if they try to break the baby door, as, again, we're going to keep calling it.
And that's probably the best idea for them, because the A site is just filled to the brim with Killjoy utility.
It's true, and you can see the positioning, 2 players in mid, so they're going to bust down baby door, and you have control over A-Love. You want to work in through that.
Both Alarm Bot and the Aldron were used, but the Aldron was able to stay alive to clear out the site, so Trex can move in quickly. That guarantees them the site together with the Rolling Thunder. Cena attempts the impossible and ends up paying for it. Zip and an Angel trying to bring things back. They're in trouble. They're surrounding the site, but Koi are pushing themselves. They lose a lot of players in the process, so he gets through within the midst of it. He's low, but he picks up another one! How does he even do that? Wolfen, up against the 3 now, on the hot seat. Snake bite to his feet, gets burnt alive. And Na'Vi stay alive and get a 3rd round on the board.
Huge play right there with Angel getting the kill over in B Link. It forced Koi to fight forward into spawn, but they were not ready for Sugetsu. He absolutely crushes them on that. This is the flank I was talking about. And once you're having pressure from all different angles and you're down numbers, you have to choose one direction and move in that direction as a unit. That's what they did, but it didn't matter. Na'Vi, Sugetsu, just better.
Oh, visible frustration on the side of Koi, that's for sure. Nerves getting to them. Yes, they're ahead in this series, but this game is far from over.
Big ultimates from Na'Vi to work with here for fast retake options. I mean, the double ways to shut off your movement. Absolutely huge. And interestingly enough, Na'Vi have actually taken a little bit of space over towards Mound, with Angel fighting in front with a very forward orb as well.
My ult is ready.
I think, actually, no, that wasn't an orb. That was a CNED smoke. Drop. A little bit confusing with so many circles on the map and all of our smokers, but that makes a little bit more sense for the early smoke using the Omen there.
Take flight.
Ooh, and this drone into B. If no one's here to break this, they may bite and assume there's more players. As the door opens, they know Angel is stuck here. Back, Mounty finds the kill!
But again, Koi, the game plan wasn't B, it was C all along. Maybe to try and bait out the C plays out into the open, but still, that doesn't even matter. Starts into the smoke, excuse me. Things are even. 4v4, 50 seconds, and Koi still haven't changed their position.
Oh, the ult back onto site, gonna clear around Bend.
Such a good clear. They know the backside is for the taking, and the rest of the team can move on, but they need to clear it quickly. Starkso looking to move forwards. Na'Vi playing with very close quarters here, very thin margins. Shao able to keep his team on top.
Oh my
look at
God,
Starkso,
yeah.
he's doing some damage. Shao in and out of the battle has done his job. With the lockdown being procced, they have the safety of the site.
But again, you see down numbers, you must fight forward. That's the teleport from Starkso to try and find something. The initial kill doesn't go his way.
Not impossible for Koi, even though they're down with numbers. But they find themselves good positions.
Oh,
Lockdown and response. This is tough. It's not even pardoned for long. They need to take the fight. Mortamenta. That's one.
Oh my God.
But he's out in the open. Does not expect Zip up there. And that is Na'Vi. Easy way into a 4th round.
Oh, Cold never expects the 3rd player to be coming in from spawn there, but Na'Vi are grouping up, making sure they can protect the lockdown or shoot any players trying to escape off the site. Comes the cost of an ultimate, but Na'Vi will secure the round. And it was this right here, because Na'Vi revealed his position, opening the door, right? Assuming it was going to be him. He bid on it completely. It doesn't matter, though, because the fight just went his way. It's exactly what you're going to ask for him when they're investing the Omen smokes, not for the C main control, or for the A main control, but instead to fight forward for Mount.
And that was actually a very important round for Koi, right? Because now their pockets are empty. Recession is here.
This is so sad. Inflation going up. Can't even buy a rifle for themselves.
It only used to be 2,900 credits.
The price of bullets also, I think, increasing. I think they patched that into the game with the chamber a little while ago, actually.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh man. Koi, it's tough. They don't have much to work with. Now, that being said, if they are in a world where somehow they find a soft side of the map and they do get the spike down, Cold Demented does have access to the Hunter's Fury. But again, that may be a little bit hopeful, a little bit generous for Na'Vi. Or for Koi, rather. And interestingly enough, it is CNED on the Opman here, pulling out the rifle again, because they don't have a traditional duelist in the way. CNED, and I think you're going to see a lot of this with teams playing less duelist in general. The Smokes player actually perhaps going into that route. I think Harbor has some options to get out of jail free. I think Omen as well, sort of teleporting off of bad angles.
It's such an interesting story for CNED as well, right? Had such a turbulent year in 2022, excuse me, after the championship win, and hasn't been able to bring it back in the chamber meta.
But that's great though, right? Being able to, in a similar way to a Jet, you take the fight and then you can TP up and away. Not quite as reactive, so you have to win the fight, right? That's the difference between playing Jet compared to another opper. But I think the amount of utility it can give you, especially with the paranoia, smokes as well, like there are definite strong reasons to use it.
Okay, Na'Vi making quick work of this. Walking through smokes, running their fights. That's exactly what you want to see. Clean
Holy shit.
Shadows.
Oh my
Maybe they bail
God.
out the team on a very tough spot. Hunter's Fury might be able to deny the plant or the defuse, excuse me. And CNED is low, but he will be able to hold down that spike defuse. And Na'Vi holds on to the lead and increases it even further.
Honestly, a bit shocked Cold Demented went for that. I think ended up casting it before his remaining teammate did end up falling, because he had to have that tree player stay alive if there was ever going to be a chance to delay on time with that one. Still, Na'Vi secure the round. We see the op in CNED's hand. I believe that was the first round. He was rocking that one with the team. And it's something we'll continue to track sort of where he's playing, because it is important to keep varying it up, trying to predict your opponents where they're going to be hitting, looking for the opening picks with that, because not always the most fun thing to try and retake with an op, especially on the Omen for the aggressive peaks.
Well, Young Gun Trex, with the showstopper available to it, might opt to go in for a fast, explosive push now. Koi, it's been a while since they've been able to find a round.
This is what I call the Lotus experience. About like 6 players just hip firing through the smoke, seeing what ends up happening. Nothing doing over towards A. Now, if this hit were to be canceled, look how far forward CNED has moved over towards Mound. Actually, now he backs away just a little bit. But I do think we're going to end up going in here. Trex has ultimate, but only one satchel to get into the site.
Gives him a clear indication of what's going on, even if Trex is blast packing his way into the air. Sugetsu still finds a way to find him. Ooh, look at this. Kodamenta stuck, but not anyone there to be able to capitalize upon it. Spray through the smoke once again. Stuxo and sight, little did he know there was an opponent right behind it. Sugetsu on the higher ground. The fight is on, and Shadows down he goes. Sugetsu still alive, but Stuxo deals with him. Koi on the back foot, need the kills and need them quick. Shao went so low, but still able to survive throughout it, Stuxo. Your team is depending on you, and the time is just ticking against him. Spike in no man's land. Oh, this is a rough one. You might as well call it over by this point.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. The Spike absolutely in Narnia at the moment. And a good stall from Na'Vi once again. I think we have seen when these hits do not immediately work out for Koi, instant troubles. And right there it was Trex. I think only having one satchel, he didn't actually want to commit the ultimate into sight, and he just gets sniped straight out of the air. Maybe if you have a little bit extra movement, it's harder for Sugetsu to just pop you straight out of the sky, but Sugetsu has been on fire so far this game.
Yeah, he really has. And I think he's definitely one of those players that can bail out the team even on the worst situations. But Na'Vi was never in those difficult points. I think it was just Sugetsu able to find those advantages when they cross him. He wins off those duels, doesn't end up dying.
Yeah, and you know, if the initial sight hit isn't paying off for Koi, they are going to rely more on, oh, do we have the lurk timing? You know, sending a player in through B there. Didn't end up working. Ended up getting picked off the enemy Killjoy utility spotting him out as he entered into the site. So it will be a timeout called here to try and regroup for Koi.
I think definitely necessary, right? Last time they did draw out the timeout in that second half of Ascent. It did work out. It came in a little bit too late for my liking.
Sure. But after that timeout, looked incredible, right? Had exactly the right ideas to try and close out that half. Now,
Timeout हो गया Bidu. Navi जीत रही है.
Abysmal. They have not been able to secure mount control the couple of times they've been fought there, and if they do get mount control, they're actually just not allowed into the site. So I don't like that initially. Perhaps maybe opening door and trying to split into B. That's why I like.
ये लोग देख रहे हो commit कितना ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं. एकदम मतलब commit कर दिया मतलब मारना ही चाहिए.
Contest from Navi actually. The more I think about it, the more aiming anymore. I think early on we saw a lot of that, but now it has just been the smokes largely. So I'd not be surprised if Koi continue trying to play for that, potentially trying to break Baby Door and then split into the B site. Could be something that worked for them previously.
देखो mouse मतलब ये माउस लाजवाब है. देखो अभी मैं माउस यूज नहीं कर रहा हूँ तो मैंने इस पे आराम से लगा दिया चार्ज हो रहा है. ऐसा लगा के मैं रख दूंगा ये चार्ज होता रहेगा.
Not quite on the case this time.
There is the flash to scout out and realize Koi is here. Now actually check out where CNED's gone. Glad we snapped over him because you don't really expect the op to be hanging out right here.
Now if this was a chamber, it'd be totally okay. Because you can just snap your fingers.
Holy shit,
you're
yeah.
stuck.
And you snap your fingers.
Oh my god, yeah.
Still dies.
That's perfect though. That's the pinch breaking through Baby Door into sight. Trex has ultimate too, trying to go back in A. I don't think Navi would expect that.
Finally, a plan going the way that Koi wanted. Now, they've got the advantage, they need to keep it.
How do they do that? Two players from Navi are going to try to fight through Baby Door right after the timing of the paint shell.
So many players stacked up here. Koi are going to go for the fight. Recon to their feet. They know there's a lot of presence. Who's able to take the fight? Everybody's blind as a bat. Suigetsu moving forward, but they can't afford to trade evenly. They have to eventually come out on top. Angel on the back end.
My god.
Considers off. Rolling Thunder enabled, just solidifying the deal. Shio sidesteps it. Wolfen is able to take them out. That's Koi on the board. Once again.
The Koi timeout buff is here. They just download exactly what they need to do. Coming into that again, the timing of when they're peeking into B main and breaking down Baby Door. Right, like CNED had nothing E2. Yes, he missed the opening shot. You have to hit that one, especially when you're playing the Omen. But normally you'd be able to TP out there and be fine. Not with the timing of how Koi pinched into that B site. There's nothing you can do there.
Maybe you could have done it without spending the Rolling Thunder, but you never know if you're going to win the fight in the end. So yeah, guarantee.
At the end of the day, I am all aboard to use every ult you can to win a round, because having your number at the top of the scoreboard be bigger than it was before is way better than being able to use your ult in the next round.
For sure. To talk about orbs available, Navi's got 4 of them. Few of them quite
देखो कैसे स्लाइस कर रहा है. एंगल स्लाइस कैसे कर रहा है देख रहे हो ना.
Let's just see in the middle of the site to scout out, and that actually tells them the Killjoy setup's here, but they get through pretty fine.
Do they though? Because Shao's already taken one down. Lockdown is available, so they don't quite have the comfort of putting the spike down.
The paint shells broke
the lockdown. Brilliant play, Lee. The paint shells.
Now this initial kill, wow, another a util kill from Trex. That's just absolutely nuts. Now ulting out from the Omen. CNED is here with the team for the quick retake.
And a different setup now for the post plant. They're going to play out from long, trying to deny the spike diffusal, but this gives a lot of space for Navi to move in.
It is planted for Koi to play here from Mound. They have at least one molly, maybe 2, onto the spike as well. Seekers are going to do a good job clearing away the close angles, but the far ones are still a problem.
Seekers are out. They're figuring out the play now from Koi. Call them into the back of the site. Yet to be cleared. That's spending a lot of time for Navi. They've only just picked it up, but Trex is able to trade it right back out. Paint shells onto the spike. Zipan has to move out of it. He's touched it, but he can't stick it. And now they touch it once again.
Oh my god,
it's being diffused. It's being diffused. It's being diffused. And nobody's able to stop it.
My god, yaar, diffuse कर दिया भाई.
By CNED. Putting Navi on the board yet again.
What is that? Trex gets an ace and they can't win the round. Nothing's going right for Koi. CNED, just a criminal right there inside the smoke. Taking that round straight through the fingers. Absolutely nuts, because everything was going right. It's a paint shell kill into another spam kill for Trex. Like, Trex couldn't be stopped with all these kills through smoke.
कोई का भाई किस्मत खराब है बीरू. आज नहीं जीत पाएगा कोई.
Unkillable apparently, CNED. And yeah, that round had Koi's name written all over it. They played all their cards right, apart from
Apart from killing the person defusing the spike. That's the one thing exactly you got to be able to stop. It's actually the most important thing, believe it or not.
Yeah, that trump card beats everything, really.
Yeah, don't let big KDA tell you otherwise. It's not about the scoreboard numbers. It's about the spike, whether or not it can be defused.
Preemptive Viper Spit coming through. Yes, Na'Vi used 3 out of the 4 they had available prior to this. So kind of based on that C site. So Koi aren't choosing to move to that. Instead, they opt towards the right-hand side.
Sure. Koi looking for this B split again, I would presume, with the spike up in mid.
Oh,
gonna want to bust out baby door, but
yeah, Trex hasn't had the best of luck this game so
again,
far.
the Lotus experience, just getting kills through smokes non-stop.
Feels you're talking from personal trauma here, Ender.
Yeah, a little bit. It's been rough. Oh my god, wait, I just realized. The bottom of B site, it's like our pit here, right? It's just sunk into the ground.
True.
A lot of similarity.
Ours looks better.
Holy shit.
Wolfen. Trying to bring it back. Koi in the back foot. They've got on the site, but the fact that Na'Vi are winning out on all of these fights, Wolfen cannot find it. Oh, it's getting a bit rough here, and Starkso's just hiding within his own smoke. Finds one, maybe doable if he checks behind him. Jumps on top, but he's visible to Suigetsu. And Na'Vi cannot stop winning.
This is crazy, because it feels like
Same as
couple
Nigalana.
rounds now. Koi put themselves in really good
I said Zico Valorant.
Splitting into B right here. The previous round, Trex gets an ace, but Na'Vi are just winning out from these tough positions. One before a fluke, but right here, very solid. Shao getting this nuts kill through smoke. Holding the attention outside of A2. I think CNET especially has realized this, that after the plants on the B site, when it has been the C split, there has been a lot of players, the A split rather. There has been a lot of
कोहे का कोच रिजाइन मारने वाला है बिडू.
to get control.
Baba does
outside of
not
Baby
look happy. Baba does not look happy at all. Obviously, he's had his impacts on those timeouts to let the team know what to do, what not to do. And has allowed Koi to scramble themselves a round or two, but not exactly what he'd love to see right now.
So Koi trying to farm up some orbs, right? This will guarantee Wolfen at least has his ult for the final round of half. Trex has his now, but it's kind of an awkward position when it's your big ult site hit tool. But also, Trex is probably the guy that wants to be taking the opening fights. They're going to have to use all their info util to clear it away to make sure Trex can and up close to pop out with that ultimate. But no, we get shut down. That's exactly what you can't have happen on this hit from Koi.
Oh, Wolfen. This is quite a step up in stages you played so far.
At
this
least,
is where you
though, Wolfen farmed both orbs, so they do have another option to get into the site. But again, all this site util is going to be spent to try and stall out the hit. It's actually not quite here, so they are going to get in.
Last time, you got left here. They were able to successfully take the site, have optimal amount of players to end up on top, but it was an into defuse that killed them off in the end. 4v4, Spray, desperate from Angel. We're waiting for all of the players to move in from 2 different directions.
Starkso will be the break here for Koi. If he's able to get a big flank in, but he has to go quickly because Na'Vi are going in hot.
Trailblazer cleaning the side. Paranoia to make sure they can move onto the back end. Wolfen still on point, still delivering. Does get shot down, and Na'Vi has an advantage here. But look at Starkso. He's right behind him, and he's able to put them to the graves. Paranoia thrown, but that's even before Angel ends up falling. Zipan trying to fight it. Starkso, TP into the smoke, spraying across. Starkso wins it.
Finally.
Oh, that's how you do it right there. Starkso, the flank works out, coming in a little bit delayed, shuts it down, almost on you for a second, but the TP in motion, he's able to hide inside his own smoke. He'd actually set up for himself a few seconds before that one. And crucially this time, they killed the person defusing the spike.
They figured it out.
That's Valorant.
That's Valorant right there.
Sometimes Valorant is a very simple game. Sometimes it's more complicated, like when Trex and Coldamenta have the ultimates ready to go, when Starkso maybe wants to find an orb at the start of this round to go for it. Also, when Na'Vi are spending so much util to control a main. This is something I was maybe expecting to see a little bit earlier on, where the meta that developed to lock in was so much being spent to control Rubble, fighting for it very aggressively, but
the good thing is that Thrash can be used again. So it's not like you've used the ultimate, okay, that's gone now.
He just needs a rest, you know?
Yeah, just for a bit.
He needs a little head pat, pick him back up, and you can send it once again. Now,
oh my god,
shuts down Trex once again, so it's again not enough. This is the eternal difficulty. Having Raze with ult up.
It's loving life.
It's tough.
That aggression.
One way will come out again. They may try to fight through this one because Starkso, the flank It's going to get shut down with the ultimate.
But he's done enough. He's lured out Na'Vi out of that choke point, which Koi could have used to move forward.
The problem is they don't necessarily know all of that. There's still a one-way there. They heard Gecko util there at the start of the round, so they have to go for something different. Now, if they move into B here, a big difference between this and their other B hits, they don't have A main control, so they can't split in through Baby Door, and there's a much easier chance that Angel just shuts it down.
And also, Koldamanta can't die. He's got an headshot. Oh, I felt the cast goes right through my bones there. He's at 5 points of health. Angel trying to stay alive. He's able to sidestep it. Gets a lot of attacks. Just giving information from Shadows to move forwards, but ends up falling either way. But Na'Vi are just on the case. Starkso trying to give his team a chance to move into this. But still, Starkso in the smoke. He can be deadly, but he's alone. Shorty. Oh, valiant effort. But CNED.
Yeah, CNED with the Goomba stomp right there just shuts him down completely. Na'Vi. What a have to bounce back after a little bit of a shaky ascent. Koi definitely got the better of them right there, but 9 on the defense. Had to claw a few rounds away with some shenanigans, but at the end of the day, I think we've seen incredible play. Zipan, especially the Sugetsu, it's been nuts.
The pace from Na'Vi is definitely better, right? You could see a lot of confidence, being able to pressure their opponents. There were a lot of moments that Koi were questioning the play. It felt like it was a much more unknown field for Koi, right? Yeah. Something they never rehearsed, something that they never really practiced against.
Placement है, monitor का देखो, किसी का देखो, इसका ऊपर देख रहा ना?
I think no doubt Koi
सबसे right में जो उसका tilted है.
The problem is like only one thing really worked out for them. They realized early, okay, C hits are just almost impossible with all the util being sent onto us. And then actually kind of got danced around the map a little bit because the Killjoy just ended up leaving C and they weren't really going there still all too often. The one play that worked for them, the BC split, right? Working in through Baby Door onto the site, that looked pretty solid, all things considered. But at the end of the day, I think even Koi are going to be like, okay, we should have won this round. Like, this is, we did win this round. It got stolen away from us somehow.
And that set them back economically, which crumbled them even further. Greater advantages. And it's just put them in the
Crosshair placement देख रहा था?
9-3.
क्या खतरनाक था?
Far from optimal, but now they're the ones on the defense.
Yeah, and yeah, they're moving over to defense. Yeah. Also, like 9-3, that's just 6 rounds different, guys. Like Valorant is a very quick game. Things can turn around very, very quickly, for sure. Especially if you kick off this pistol on the right foot for Koi. But, I mean, I'm just really curious to see what their approach to the map is going to be, because obviously they don't have the Viper in their composition, so a little bit less in terms of the overall stall that they are going to have at their disposal.
भाई क्या खतरनाक सिटिंग चेयर है भाई, गेमिंग चेयर देख रहा है?
Some more options for
ट्रांसफॉर्मर जैसा लग रहा है भाई.
Or quick retakes with those breach stun lines.
It's interesting to see the fluctuations in play here for Na'Vi, the way that we're used to seeing them willing to do something new, and that is certainly not something we've seen. If you think about FPX, the previous iteration of this roster, right? I mean, pretty much the same core, apart from Artist being in the seat of CNED. They always switch things up. That was their game plan. It was pretty much difficult to prep against this team.
I feel like this team is always playing like meta adjacent a lot of the time. Like they play a lot of the things that are really good, and then Angel's like, yeah, but this is an Omen map actually. When everyone's playing, you know, the Astra or something like this. I really like the creativity and the way it forces you to kind of rethink the way you play a lot of your games, and especially like the Gecko. I don't think I've been super impressed by overall, but it is another layer that more recent Agent coming out does play very differently to a lot of the other initiators.
It's definitely got Koi scratching their heads. This one took a while for them to figure it all out, and it seems
hold
that they
on,
couldn't
hold on. Sorry, there's a door open in the arena. I can literally see the corner of the Gecko boba truck, and I'm so jealous right now. I think we have a boba truck here. Literally being in the studio is so sick, man.
Well, I know where I'm going after this game.
Yeah. We'll invite Pansy and Hypoc up here after this one.
Yeah, they can do all the talky stuff. We can go drink a boba. That's what you guys can do at home. Well, not at home, but if you join here for the boba in the Coliseum.
Oh no. Sugetsu's playing on the cringe angle, but he loses.
Standing ahead. The cringe angle.
Yeah, I feel like any sort of like pixel tiny angle. Oh no. Oh no. So I was like, my guy, how did you lose that fight? You're supposed to see them, and they're not really supposed to see you.
Oh, nice.
Trex steps up. I think he heard the criticism of the previous half, and now stepping up to the plate. Another kill going his way. Now, A-site sort of opened up, and I feel like Koi are happy to give this land over. Obviously, with the numbers, they're a little bit more comfortable to play the retake here.
Yeah, ooh, this wall. I'm pretty sure that wall is meant to block off Heaven right there. Maybe a little bit low. Angel just trying to see if he can find one kill. Because literally the way Koi is playing, again, this has been a constant back to Ascent. When they get numbers on defense, they play very heads up D. Grouping up together, being in positions where they can trade one another, abandoning the site. Doesn't matter if Na'Vi plant the spike right here. Yeah, you know, maybe you deny him an orb, maybe you deny him a little bit of money, but realistically, Koi are playing for round wins here. That's the only thing.
And they read him to exactly what Na'Vi wanted to do there. Cause pressure onto Koi on the post-plant setup, but no, that doesn't even end up happening. Wolfen is good to hold on, and Trex triples up. Shout, the only man standing, and pretty much hoping for a dream at this point. Give it a spray across, find some low players, but that shall not happen. A flawless pistol round to get Koi started off well on the second half.
Yeah, that's the way to do it right there for Koi. And I think I wonder how much we'll see, because obviously this one opened up with a couple of picks, just the sheriffs finding value. So I do wonder. Oh my God, that's actually.
Did we get that freeze frame as well? Just to.
Yeah. Just hold on it for a little bit of an extra second, and there you can actually see the wall not blocking off Heaven. Does give an extra angle to shut down and make that a very, very clean retake.
Crosshair placement कैसे मेरे को हो यार याद?
We haven't actually seen any second round buy so far, have we?
Hold on a second. Did Starkso only? He didn't actually buy a second.
Crosshair placement एकदम head level का
Starkso
नहीं
is
सा.
rocking the solo smoke. He obviously has light armor and the Vandal right here, just maybe making him go a little bit broke, but. That means you can't maintain the one-ways. You can see he's playing for mount. He has the one, but now is in a position where if he falters here, that could be bad news.
He's out of harm's way. At least for this moment, no more fights taken over, but it's definitely forcing Na'Vi to tread lightly.
100%. Holdamenta actually the only player with the Sheriff here. A little bit unfortunate that he has to be in the situation to fight aggressively forward. Using the drone spots out at least two, maybe here's a third coming around the wall. But they may end up just going for the spam and falling back, because again, having the Sheriff there as your only ability to trade out the rifle, not ideal. They'd rather regroup, get Shados involved with the Spectre to fight back.
Shao, only man trying to cause commotion towards the C site, maybe to lure more players in, make the endeavor a little bit simpler for Na'Vi on the other side, but no, sort of leading the charge actually and calling for his teammates to rotate over to him.
It's like, guys, I have C site. He's not actually in C
don't.
site. It's like, no, we still have to find our way through this. Been there, done that. But there's only one person immediately here. Oh, this paranoia.
Oh, catches all
God.
five of them. And simple pickies for Stark, so the rest of them fall behind the smoke. But again, Koi comfortable. Very comfortable, just hold back, stay chill.
It's kind of sad that smoke, I think, actually cost Starkso a kill or two. Obviously, going for it is the right call, just for the extra stall, and now they're moving into Killjoy Util. This is
clean, very clean.
क्या मैच निकाला कोई भाई यार लाजवाब.
It's going to be just that.
भाई क्या मैच निकाला भाई.
All right, what's Na'Vi going to bring for us this time around? Because one of the weaknesses, theoretically, you have with a comp like this, especially moving over to the attacks, you have far less tools than perhaps the Koi would have with a raise to dive into a site. You don't have that ability to quickly close the gap, apart from CNED, but that teleport obviously takes you a long time to actually pull your gun out after that. So the util has to be there. They've got a lot of flashes to work with, a lot of ways to reduce the lines of sight with the double smokes. But it is Lotus. It comes down to a main control. And actually not much of a fight from Koi to battle back into that area this time around, surprisingly enough.
What's interesting about Koi is that they're one of the teams in EMEA that hasn't had much presence in the off-season. They only had one match in lock-in.
ये लोग कैसे होल्ड कर रहे हैं? ये लोग कितने अच्छे से होल्ड कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? हम लोग कैसे होल्ड करते हैं? हम लोग घुस जाते हैं मारने के लिए. Kill चाहिए, kill चाहिए, kill चाहिए.
Na'Vi so far on defense seem to have them well figured out, at least playing their own game, and it was sufficient to deal with.
Plant किसी ने push करना समझ में आता है. जो defend कर रहे हैं उसने भी push कर रहे हैं.
Now on this Logitech power-up round. Holdamenta through. Nice. Shao deals with him. Still, Na'Vi on the site, they look comfortable, but they're falling right back to play with setups.
Yeah, they've got so much post-plant utility. Also the forward positions from CNED. And Shao could be massive here. You don't expect him there.
so
Play with the
good.
verticality.
Oh my god.
Goodness! CNET delivers. Shados eventually take him down. But he's done all the damage necessary. Now with a post-plant setup that Na'Vi have, it's just near impossible. Nanoswarm delaying even further. Trex trying to find his entry here, trying to find a way into this. But it's just not that easy. Na'Vi with a first fight of this half are able to solidify a victory.
Oh, I loved that. The forward positions. Kind of gambling going off of those. And but still, CNET is able to find 2 off of that box. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I think we're going to need to see Koi put up a little bit more of a fight early on, leading up to it, because the post-plant util is absolutely going to be raining down if they delay their retakes at all.
Great start from Na'Vi.
Oh my god.
I think...
Pavlos.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry, we have to freak out because we just got a boba delivery up to the caster desk. So thank you so much to the staff on the ground here. That is absolutely huge. We're gonna take a timeout so we can take a little sip.
Thank you, teams, for letting us have a sip from our boba. That's pretty cool. Thank you very much for that.
This is fantastic.
This is great.
I think like the only reason that I would have stayed in LA to cast NA, it would have been for the boba. But you know, even we've got that here. We've got literally everything. Best teams, best drinks. Best duos.
You went there already?
Yeah. Well, look, first date. It's already working for me.
Yeah. Maybe we can pan out to the window to show everybody our bobas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's nice. It's also gecko themed. Gotta love it.
Cheers, everybody.
All right, Koi, calling a timeout. They've been the timeout champions of today. Okay.
Yeah.
They've called 2 timeouts so far. Won both rounds immediately after the timeouts.
Very true.
And now on defense, what's it going to be? Because I see Breach and Raze next to each other. I expect immediate action possibilities. Trex pushed up very far forward into the smoke looking for the spam. But not only skirt this entirely, they are going to be going straight into the Killjoy meat grinder. And even if they pivot away and open door to go into C, there's still CNET there, or sorry, still Starkso there with the paranoia ready to fight through. Oh man, CNET gets way too comfortable pushing into the spawn and shut down.
He got whacked in the face there. Didn't look comfortable. Starkso, massive paranoia, catches down 3, but still ends up dropping. Angel on the sideline delivering. Na'Vi on top. They've got side control. They're defusing. Have they looked at it? Spike defused. And Na'Vi are on top yet again.
Well,
Koi won the round.
Yeah,
Koi literally stole the play out of Navi's book, right? Navi were like, hey, we can just full stick while, you know, chaos is raining around us. Koi, do it this time around.
करेक्ट किया इसने अपने आप को पहले वो नावी में बोला था भाई.
Fantastic stuff. Can be really hard, I think, to play the post plant on that B site, similar to like a Haven being the other 3-site map. That site, very small, unless you're entrenched on the site. Not the best sight lines to try and kill the diffusers. Here, though, looking for that similar A-main aggression, double satchel all the way up to Rebel, and the concuss to force them back. So they also have the one-way extra layer on layer on layer, but it costs you a lot for that control. Yeah, Mosh, get him.
Go get him. Showed early presence to B, which has caused a lot of rotations from Koi, but they quickly pivot to C, and it's actually kind of caught them off guard. Angel, even though he's paranoid, just walks through, presses trigger 1, presses W, he's into the site, and he's let his entire team move into that as well.
Ooh. Starkso, just a pixel he's able to hide in. Not that it'll mean the end of the world, and the spike has been playing with 5 players alive. That is huge.
But look at this.
Oh my god, yaar.
Angel gets 1, drops, but Koi on top of this, on top of the action, but they need to get the spike defuse. Trex delivering once again, Getsu. Yes, he's got nanoswarms.
Nice.
Yes, he can shoot upon Morphin. But he's being rained upon by players. And Koi will be able to get the defuse and get the dub as well.
For a moment, you thought maybe it can happen, but nah, Trex is going to shut that down.
अच्छा खेला यार.
He's been unleashed. I think a little
भाई हमें हल्के में ले रहे थे कोई को भाई हम लोग. कोई टीम भी भाई बहुत अच्छा खेल रही है भाई जो प्रोबी डिफेंडिंग में.
In this Koi roster, and I'm really curious to see how much flexibility they continue to show, map to map, series to series, who's going to be on what role, because we have already seen just in 2 maps with these 2 teams a lot of mix and match, plug and play in who's actually on what.
Wow, you can definitely tell the pressure is on in this match when you have so many timeouts, one after the other. right? Obviously, each team having a timeout each half. Now this is the pressure point, right? You're at a 10-7. Whoever runs off with some kill here, there's a chance of them, you know, closing out this game or closing out that gap.
Yeah, 100%. Na'Vi gonna try and figure things out for them. Again, this was the first round really that they saw that heavy A main fight, so perhaps being like, okay, maybe we can bait out the utility, fight back into it. With all the flashes we have, the crowd's getting a little bit of extra encouragement down there on the stage. You'll love to see it.
Hell yeah.
Is that what year we're in?
Is it?
2023. Wow.
Fancy that.
A Coliseum in 2023. Revolutionary.
Coliseum of the future.
And we have a ceiling.
क्रॉसर प्लेसमेंट बहुत सही
Yeah,
है
what if it rains? It spill in.
Yeah, it's important. It was snowing earlier today, actually. Might be sunny on
10
Lotus,
degrees
but
and sunny. Weird.
Berlin weather is nuts.
Yeah. Weather be tripping. All right.
Crossers-
Cool. 7
crosshair
rounds in the
placement के
bag.
साथ
They've
जो
been able to
commit
close
करके
up
मार
that
रहे हैं
gap with
भाई।
two consecutive
Plaza
ones. Both based on defusals and site executes and post plants. And they do it again. So far, you know, they've started to gain the number of Na'Vi. Troubled with these trades. Na'Vi.
माउस तो मेरा इधर है भाई।
This time showing some early presence to the left-hand side, but keeps reversing again towards A.
Yeah, Angel's been able to creep up over to Rebel here, now calling the rotation of his team.
माउस मेरा चार्ज हो रहा है इधर, देख रहा है?
He thought there was a lot more waiting here. It's still 2 kills.
Angel went full. Shao trying to help out. He died as well. And now we're looking at a big numbers advantage here for Koi.
Wow, a timing attack into A main right there. I think called off of the Koi numbers on C, being like, hey, it's been quiet here. I think they've actually rotated off.
But Trex is really close to this. He's trying to punish them
Nice,
with that
Rick.
advantage they have. They're taking the fight
Nice.
to them. Massive. 8 on the board, 2 away from Na'Vi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You just called it timeout versus Koi. Are you trolling?
Yeah. It's a timeout buff again, right?
That one, I think, a little bit more reactive.
बीरू देख ले लो बीरू क्या खतरनाक खेल ले बीरू कुए पहले हार रहे थे ये लोग
Positive that play of the breach ult has to come from the A.
इनको अपना हथियार उधर से उठाना पड़ेगा
It's been 20 seconds, nothing's happened. They're either about to hit us or they are on Rebel right now.
But it's a good point to make, right? If you make a timeout, still the opposing team can speak to their coach, right?
True.
So it's also something you need to consider. And I think how much impact Baba has to the Koi's performance, I think when you play against him, you always need to think of that.
Oh, that looked like it was going to be a monster shot.
फील्डिंग बैठाया तो है बीरू
Clipping anyone. 4 players.
रोटेट कर रहे हैं सब लोग रोटेट कर रहे हैं मता बाहर holy shiz bro
Completely isolated, just Sheriff in hand. They're going to dodge away again. Koi trying to maintain their numbers advantage for as long as they can.
Yeah, too many bullets were flying towards his position there. It was impossible for him to hold down the fort. It feels like Na'Vi are trying to hold him to a fort because Koi is just pushing them left, right, bullying them. On every instance, every trade, they end up falling far behind. Now spotted with their attempted entry towards B. Mosh pit sent. Wolfman can't stick around. B-side slowly, meticulously moving in. Snakebite delivered. Look how fast Cena has pushed though.
Wingman's gonna plant, but Shadows has full util for the retake. This could come in quickly, but he falls.
The fact that Cena was so far forward, it was so impactful, so crucial. And he's still doing the dirty business behind that poison cloud. Now Vikings been delivered. Trex on the back foot. Koya turning things around here. Koya really doing numbers on Na'Vi right now. Starkso with that shorty doing the world of hurt. And that is how it ends. Koi deliver with a wonderful retake. On the board. Now 1 away from Na'Vi.
Oh yeah, Koi mounting the comeback here. Only dropping a single round on this defensive half. They have had an answer to everything Na'Vi has thrown at them. And right here, opening the door as the pit is going down. Absolutely fantastic to punish. Also, I got a shout out Starkso. Absolute base shorty enjoyer as a secondary, especially when there's a Viper's pit on the opposite side.
I can't believe more teams aren't using the shorty that much. Yeah. It's just so strong.
I love it. I love it as a little secondary option there. Pull it away, play the tight angle. Yeah. Oftentimes you're going to be in a one and done spot anyway, so I'd go for that any day of the week.
You might call it for error as well.
I call it treasure.
You call it treasure?
Yeah.
Why?
It was a Skyrim quote.
Oh,
don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Yep. Sorry, we're down the rabbit hole on that one.
Yeah. It's a new duo. We'll figure out each other's nerd influences. We'll get there.
That's a big one for me. All right, let's see what Koi can do here on the retake. Because again, they're not playing entrenched on A. They're playing Heaven, they're playing Rope, they're playing too fast retake as their main option. And Trex has ultimate too, so Shadows can double flash do everything, but having Wingman really stops the ability for the fast retake to come in because you don't have to commit multiple members physically onto the site.
Wingman is shining here. He's a 6 player of Na'Vi. But can the rest of the team follow it up here? Wolfen, look how far he's pushing. Seen it. Oh, he's able to strafe away from that, but no running away from Trex's showstopper.
Holy shit,
in the
man.
lockdown. But no, the look at the lockdown has to run away from it. Wolfen is detained, which means it's a 2v3 fight for a while. And will Na'Vi be able to take advantage of this? Zipan might as well do that. Shadows delivering smoke.
He's defusing.
Defusal. It's defused on point, but they take the fight in the end. And they come up on top. Koi, they've made the comeback. Now on equal footing with
comeback hai
Na'Vi.
bro.
All evened up here in the Coliseum, 10-10. And it's Trex finding 2 kills with that showstopper. Great pathing here into tree, and oh no, CNET TP straight into his teammate.
Roll it back a bit, and halftime 9-3.
Yep.
In this half, Na'Vi have only won 1 round.
That is tough. And it's another timeout for them.
Look, it's the first match of the season. What does it mean? I don't know, but come on. Koi, they're the underdogs, clearly.
पहला मैच है भाई टूर्नामेंट का ये हाल है भाई नावी का
Mean anything, but I think it's cool just to win the first match here in the Coliseum. Here, EMEA, CCT, after the partnership came down, like, these are teams we're going to be seeing for a while. Faces, players we're going to be seeing all through this year.
And it's a single round robin on the regular season, right? You don't get to play against the other team twice. So every match kind of matters.
Yeah. You know, we say every game counts. That's the typical one.
Hey, this is
also,
VCT here, man.
I know this is VCT, but I have to shout out Koi because the entire Koi roster last weekend actually rolled up to LEC to cheer on their fellow teammates. They're playing on the stage over there, so super cool, I think, to see some camaraderie between the sports, between the titles, and now to see them mounting a comeback to potentially just 2-0, wrap this one up quick.
Speak of that, remember? Simpla's here.
Yeah, that's a little bit cooler than anything, I think. Absolutely love it.
Double digits across the board. Another timeout taken. Ooh, yes, a monster is on the loose, but what can it find? That do be the question.
I think it was blind for most of it, actually.
Still,
just actually, no, but you can see, like, turning around after just clearing that one out to get the cooldown back. It's actually very important and just a very strong scouting tool, I think. We've seen Xiao use that a couple of times, just trying to clear out areas. Not so much as the power of, oh, I initiated, you know, I CC'd you, I locked you down, anything like this. No, just using it to clear that one out and reactivate later on.
Harvey, okay, they've got the main control of A site early. Of course, they haven't pushed up too far forwards.
All right, download that one. My Twitter friends.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Making
that,
sure
of course, yeah, to punish, you know, Trex satcheling there or Starkso teleporting.
Exactly.
The Omen TP up to top level.
I mean, that's what Cena did numerous times. Yeah. So dealing with that is crucial. But they spend a lot of time doing that, right? They haven't really gained all that important ground, and there's only 40 seconds on the clock.
They haven't been able to. I think they played for the C orb. Now they can maybe get an A and eventually split into B. So much scouting here. The Skydog too. They've been able to get all over this site without taking any engagements.
Coldamenta, he's detained. Can he get killed?
Somebody get him.
No,
it's only 5 seconds. He's gonna be fine.
Oh, Wolfen on the back line. Only able to find one still.
Oh, Bidu.
We have got the number.
Oh my god, yaar.
Zipan and Suigetsu on the hot seat. How are you going to deal with this one? Suigetsu managed to get Na'Vi out of so many difficult positions. You're going to have to do it again. Flashed once again. Spike touched. Oh, the spike is touched. You know what that means? It's being diffused and it's being held. No one can see him and cannot stop him. Koi not only have been able to catch up with Na'Vi, now they're the ones in the lead, and Suigetsu cannot make a statement piece.
Shadows with a 4K finishing out the round. He's got the Rolling Thunder back again. Koi just cannot be stopped on this defensive half. And Na'Vi have to find an answer because they've gone for this B plant multiple times, but they can't hold the post, and it comes down to A-Link control. So consistently, Koi have been beating them in A-Link, and if you don't, as the attackers, maintain control over that area, you don't get to retake the site once you abandon it. You have to play forward. You have to be able to entrench yourself in main and in A link. Otherwise, you see what you saw there. They can't shoot the diffuser. There's 4 players alive, and they're just completely trapped without a line of sight onto the spike.
Na'Vi looking to go for something quick towards it. Of one.
Ooh, big pick from Angel in mid as well. All of a sudden, this round just going completely Na'Vi. I really like the play from Koi, but it doesn't matter. The kills were not enough outside of C.
Abuelo, El Capitan, however you want to call the mentor, he's the one. Has to do the heavy lifting of this round. They know where he is. That's the unfortunate part for him.
Shock not going to do anything. A little low on that. He was firing them through smoke, so a little bit hard to judge the trajectory. And Na'Vi
11 हो गया Bidu. Bidu कौन जीत रहा Bidu?
The thing is, even if Na'Vi get this, they're not going to do much to the economy of Koi because they've won so many rounds in a row, right? 6 consecutive rounds. That put them in a really strong position. 5 guns, you've got the operator out as well.
And honestly, with the new, like, we still have multiple light armors on players, like, economy discourse is kind of fake in this day and age. You almost always are going to have enough to fight, especially into these final 2.
Two defensive, aggressive Rolling Thunders this game. And you can definitely see how much impact it has when you have info on the push.
Ooh. They're playing quiet for control here, and it's punished.
Faking out the long hold of a Poison Cloud. Still Trex alive. Can he hold on? The 18-year-old battling out for his life, but he's been able to hold it out.
Na'Vi have to act quickly. Look at this ultimate. CNED went straight into the middle of A site, but they still have to get past Shadows here.
They're definitely switching up the pace here. 2 different corners that Shadows had to deal with and couldn't quite get there. Starks are now alone. Na'Vi are winning the trades finally, and they're actually going to put themselves on map point.
The timing on the swing there, too, punishing Shadows was perfect. That angle, a really tough one to be in. Maybe fightable if the enemy team misplays, but not Na'Vi. They have locked it down. And it's going to be them on match point, even after Koi carried so much momentum throughout this half. Na'Vi have been able to stabilize.
Going out.
Being able to stop that tempo from increasing from Koi was so important.
Yeah, 2 rounds in a row, right? The previous one, it was the breach ult, right? That didn't end up paying off quite as much as you wanted it to. And then right there, kind of a unique attempt from Koi, just creeping up A main, as opposed to unloading so much utility that you would normally see to control over towards Rebel. And I kind of like the idea as an off strategy, but it ends up getting punished, and Na'Vi are going to have to try and replicate some of this success moving into the next. But it's also possible Koi just don't give them that early fight, and then we're put in a situation where late in the round, Na'Vi try to work into the B site, and in that situation, I have to say, you must control A-Link. There's nothing more important.
And what is troubling to me now is that Koi, you know, from this particular match we've seen and from the past as well, can be very slow with their approaches, can take their time, can run off the clock. And with Na'Vi's aggression, I feel their thought behind this is even gonna put them in that direction even further.
So what I want to see here from Na'Vi, right? 2 big ultimates on either side, but they nullify each other. Cold Demented can just cancel the lockdown with the Hunter's Fury. So what Na'Vi can do to try and play into B if they do want to, fight for C control first, bust down Baby Door, and then leave someone entrenched over by Big Door, right? Turning one next to Rebel. And then you can sort of pinch into the back as Koi try to re-clear in through A-Link. Could also just force straight into this A site, because if they find the kill onto Sova, that opens up so many opportunities. But Cold Demented is not going to let that happen. You can see the second he's spotted out, run to the hills. He's in spawn. There's no way he's going to give a fight over. There's no way he's going to lose that ultimate.
He knows its value. Smart thinking. Na'Vi moving towards this A side. Koi, don't quite know this, obviously. Without pushing forwards, without spending utility to finding that information, you're not going to have it.
Na'Vi don't want to split into door. But Wolfen can try to timing bust this one down. It's already a little bit damaged. So to try to get that, oh man. Didn't look like the pen was happening on that. The attempt was made nonetheless.
You can actually feel the pressure mounting.
Nice,
Wingman got shot. That's actually really big. Now they have to fight on site, and Angel falls.
And with the aftershock, you can't quite get to it. And when you're out into the open, you're in the mercy of Trex.
Coldamenta still has ultimate.
Oh my! Oh my God, Ray!
What? And he gets it! Coldamenta, being alive, uses Hunted Fury, and they've done so much. Navi on a difficult spot. One player remaining.
Holy shit, bro!
We're going to the second map of VCGMEA, and we're going
क्या
to
शॉट ही से मारा भाई वो
NBA just
शॉट यार
doesn't
बीडू का याद आ गया मेरे
It's
को
never a boring day here in the Coliseum. And oh my word, the shorty, the base shorty secondary user, doesn't matter if you're nearsighted by the Omen. He is right in there with that one, shutting it down. A fantastic denial on the plant from Koi. And now we get to run it back for at least 2 more rounds.
Trex had a very good first half. And now he's really stepped up. He's down his comfort. He's not afraid
ये
of
तो
going
साला
in
हो रहा
their
ही
faces
था
very quickly. Even when things don't seem to be in their favor that much. I'm loving this confidence.
Yeah, and what we're going to need to see from him now, because Koi, return over to the attack. Koi, we're really slow, right? Back on Ascent a little bit, also here. Now, playing a little bit differently, Trex is getting involved, because again, Navi has so many fantastic stall tools to stop you from hitting a site late into the round. So I like seeing a little bit more off the rip. Now, Trex has just sort of posted himself back Rebel at the time being. And the rest of the team, I'm really curious what it is they end up doing. Because now with the bird not actually spotting Trex, Trex could look to creep. That's what I expect him to do. You can see him slowly maybe working it up. He could be the late, backstab if they were to commit into a B hit, but I actually don't think that's going to be the case. They may end up trying to sell it a C hit and then move back into Trex. But I actually wasn't quite able to catch if Dog saw Trex or not.
Holy shit,
even
bro.
if it did, Trex was so close to doubling up. 1 for 1 should be good enough, but at least it gives info for Navi that there's no more players other than Trex there.
But here's the full rotate, right? I think they were going for exactly what I was saying, right? They wanted to move into A, but because they ended up losing Trex, instead, it'll be a bit of a B look. You can see they're worried perhaps about a late flank coming in from that A side.
30 seconds left.
And try to stall here with the mosh pit.
Yeah, he's definitely going to do that.
Not if he gets blinded and pushed back, though. That's huge. Should be an easy plant.
They do get the plant down in the corner.
Wow.
Still able to find the kill. Still close. Angel trying to get into the fight without any utility. Scratch that with a paranoia. And Coldamenta cannot see a thing. Navi sees the opportunity. Take it on. I will be ahead at the first round of OT.
Fantastic paranoia flying on in there. Give a little bro the defuse as well. You love to see it coming on in for Navi. Back on match point once again to try and force us to split. And a little bit of all the new stuff today. But Navi were so unsuccessful on their attacking half. Both teams really struggling to get anything done there. I think you can see maybe a little bit why. It's very hard to hold in the post plants, especially on this B site. Again, was trying to sort of play tucked in that corner so he could swing, or the teammates could swing off of his contact, but with the blind right up close, that paranoia line is absolutely perfect to shut down any offense.
Look, for both of these teams, the defense has been the strongest, so it's no surprise that Navi pick up their defensive round. It's a matter of who wins out their attacking round first that will make the difference.
Oh, man. Angel gets away. A little bit too close for comfort right there. Actually, seeing the paranoia coming through from Stark Zone, that could signal the hit into the C site because that's the main stall tool that Koi have been using. Koi's Killjoy setup, I think every round has been on B, and the paranoia from Bend has been the only way to shut down this hit super reliably.
Their only way of stopping the C site push is with a smoke and the crossfire setup of Stark Zone Morphin.
Oh my god, yaar.
Talk about the crossfire setup. Morphin straight away sets it up. Spike will be going to get planted. Shados with aftershock kill. How did it happen? Koi on top. Do not allow Navi move in. Not a fly, not a player, not a thing. Just stopping them in their tracks.
13 हो गया फिर से.
13 to 30.
I'm sorry, it's 13-13. This goofy little, I don't even know what you call it, blobule is smiling at me. I absolutely love it. But again, it just comes down to who can manufacture a win on attack, like you were saying previously. I'm expecting Navi to perhaps have some C aggression once again, but we're going to take a bit of a breather. Had a lot of those this half.
दोनों टीम बहुत अच्छा खेल रही है.
And I think more often than not, Koi's been actually benefiting from them quite a bit, right? Maybe it'd be good to have that stat later on as well. of how impactful they've been after these timeouts, because they really have, right? We've seen on multiple occasions when we get the cams onto the coaches, Baba, he's very animated in the way he thinks of the game. He's very animated when his team is not doing what he wants them to do, or when they succeed. He's got
Kilvish की तरह लगता है ये साव.
For sure. And I think it's the right call, calling the timeout before you move into the attack, right? You're trying to come up with something a little bit clever, maybe a little bit different, something that'll work for you. Hey, Berlin! Make some noise!
देख रहे हो बर्लिन में हो रहा है बिडू. प्रोफेसर से मिलने जाओगे क्या?
Yeah, they're just gonna keep it going. Yeah. High energy crowd today, gotta love it. And now, what will it be?
लेकिन कोई ने जो कमबैक किया है ना भाई लाजवाब. अगर हार भी जाती है तो भाई फुल पैसा वसूल रहा है. Nice.
Get over to tree, but this time around, it's gonna be the forward TP from CNET top level. More play up towards B. This again gets problematic with all the stall tools Na'Vi have at their disposal.
There's so much for Na'Vi here. Paranoia. Out
Ooh,
into the
they force him off though. That's huge.
Well, now into one, but Stuxers already onto the side.
Oh my god, yaar.
Suigetsu repositions, trying to surprise Angel, but isn't able to do so. But it's caused enough time for his team to move into the seaside.
The rest of the team was stuck. They couldn't get onto the site with him. So 1-for-1 is good enough. It pulls the rotations from Waterfall. Slightly planted, and they can try to play forward on site. Playing off site has been a problem for them. So 3 entrenched.
They're switching things up, that's for sure. Na'Vi need to find their way back in. They've got 2 entrances into this site. They need to balance the timing right.
No smokes to block off CT though. That's gonna hurt.
Well, CNED moving a little bit forwards without his team flashed out. Koi definitely going to delay this right here, right now. Not going to drop back to pay for the denial of the defuse. Instead, Angel walks forwards. Coldamenta trading it right out. Treks to the bike side. Makes an appearance, but Na'Vi starts to win it through. Shados tries to save the day, but he cannot do it. And little bro gets his defuse yet again.
Na'Vi successful in the retake. Huge that they only allowed Starkso to get the 1 kill on the B side. When this guy was going every which way. It was limited
27 round हो चुका है भाई.
Around that side, up, down, and around.
28th round
now
है
the
ये.
same task given over to Na'Vi once again. And look at that. Again, this is exactly what you need to be doing. Figuring something out. Honestly, if I'm Koi, I'm talking about what our next attack is going to look like here. Forget the defense.
Well, obviously, they mustn't lose this defense, because that's exactly what Na'Vi are trying to do, right? Try to win their own attack, and this is the second time they find themselves onto this match point, maybe even 3, right? And, you know, when you're given so many opportunities to close out a map, you know, statistically, at some point that opportunity is going to come to you, and they're going to take it.
Oh, yeah. And remember, too, the pressure is absolutely on Na'Vi, right? They are down in this series after losing a sense. Yes, they have match point, but they have to fight bitterly for this just
8-2 था literally. Na'Vi 8 थी और 2 था कोए. अभी देखो क्या फाइट हो रहा है बिल्कुल.
This has been a fantastic way to kick off opening day here for the EMEA VCT. Let's keep it going a little bit longer. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, why not? When it's epic Valorant.
भाई यार.
See, right?
Look, I was promised. I saw Pansy and Hypok, they always got to have the delays. They got to talk longer, you know, which they love, you know. And then they got these insane OTs, the Mitch and Tom OTs. I just want a little bit of all of that, you know?
All in your first session.
Steal it all. Here we go, though. Not going to be the A main fight. Instead, again, it is Starkso playing towards Mount. He's been solid as a rock here, I think, throughout the defensive half.
Really has
often gotten one and fallen off, or simply TP'd if there's any utility, because oftentimes I think Na'Vi have used multiple flashes, the Sky Flash, the Gecko Flash as well, to try and get in.
The inability of Na'Vi to kill him has definitely been substantial. Like, him being alive in those latter stages and causing so much pressure on this side of the map is giving so much info and room for the rest of the team to move as they please.
Typical protocol for Coldamenta here, using the drone around 110, as teams are sort of gearing up before the reset of cooldowns comes in. At the minute mark, 55 seconds usually.
And to be fair, most of the utility hasn't been used from either of the sides.
It's true. It's been a little bit quieter. Whoa. Wow. Trex, spot that. Fantastic. Switching into the op for the first time. It's the 28th round, and you face against Koi's op for the first time.
But this could be the best decision here for Koi, right? For Na'Vi, rather.
Sure.
Because there's only one defending that C site. And Starkso can only have a paranoia to try and delay this.
Yeah, but they do reveal with the utility, so it stalls out for a little bit.
Only hits one of the players. Starkso has to move out. They're going to play this for the retake, but is it going to be good enough? Because giving so much leisure to Na'Vi is going to be tough to deal with in the long term.
That's all right, though. Shadows has absolutely everything to fight with. Trex has the paint shells.
Oh my god, yaar.
Starkso really wants that fight, but has to pay for it as he falls right after that. Wolfen into the fight. Will he walk into the smoke? Oh, it's uncomfortable. With a spike going down, all the attacking players get back into safety, but not in the safety against Wolfen. Suigetsu, he's hiding. He's sneaky boy.
What a rat.
They're going to walk past
What
him.
a rat.
They don't know he's there.
Holy shit, bro.
It's Koi.
14.
This is the map that just won't stop. Oh,
my
man.
god, yaar.
Trex coming in. I can hear our colleagues, the Spanish casters on the opposite side of us, going absolutely nuts here. It ties things up and forces another OT.
देख ले क्या मैच हो रहा है बीरू भाई. दोनों टीम एकदम टक्कर से खेल रही बीरू.
Shut that down. Spotting him out in just the corner of his eye.
14 है भाई. कोई हार रहा था भाई स्टार्ट में भाई हार रहा था वो. क्या कमबैक किया है
Koi's
बीरू.
given another opportunity to win their attacking round, right? They have to do it now. You can't keep giving Na'Vi all these chances to close out this map. Look, they are essentially 2 rounds away from closing out this series.
Yeah.
And what a massive first match of the season would this be?
Be absolutely huge. Bounce back after falling very early in the lock-in.
मैं सोच रहा था कि मैं खाना खाने जाऊंगा.
Now, once again, similar to last round, Flex just planted over by Rubble. The rest of the team going to run into similar issues here with all the utility. Actually trying to flush Xiao out there.
My god, yaar.
Xiao, how was he alive for so long? Gets one, finds info that the rest have moved into this. Zipan awaiting with a guiding light. He's going to move in with it.
They're going to go A.
That's so huge.
Goodness, they're going A.
They're going to the A side.
Trex was waiting on A this entire round. It was a fake into B. They're trying to pull the rotates off the site. There is Killjoy util here. It's stalling out, but there's plenty of time to put the spike on the ground. And watch Starkso. Starkso is on the hunt.
He's going on the wraparound, but it seems like Angel is waiting for it.
hear
It's a battle of the controllers. Angel on top. Still 2v3. Koi on the back foot. Na'Vi. They've got a job to do, and that's to defuse the spike. They're waiting for Angel to join in, so they have multiple angles of attack.
They have no idea Zipan is here. Coldament is pushed so far forward. They're in position to try and trade off one another.
Guiding light, able to find one, isolating them. Trex with also
nice.
Yet again, shines above the rest. And Na'Vi with another chance to close it.
Both teams are just playing so fast and loose. The crazy decisions on the fly. Right there, Koi waiting to convert off of Trex's position on the A site. But it doesn't matter. It was the battle of the controllers. As you coined, Angel wins that out. It's a completely different game if Angel falls there. All of a sudden, the 2 remaining players on the defense would be wondering, okay, is this guy, reflanking us? Is he going just back towards main? Like, what is he doing? The pressure would have been too much, and that would have been the round that Koi would steal on the attack, but instead, it's Na'Vi back in the driver's seat once more.
Na'Vi need to take a step back, breathe.
बहुत सही है.
Like they know how to do.
They're going to fight here. If that dart had gotten a big ping, perhaps they wanted to try and convert off that. Instead, Trex is going to get so close to playoff.
He's never done this before. This is going to surprise them. Oh, this is going to be huge.
Look at this.
Oh, Bidu. Oh my god, yaar.
With a paranoia, does a little damage, but no kill.
That setup was gorgeous, but the singular flash, I believe, from Zipan shut it down completely.
Trex, and he's out. He's alive. He's done his job.
He gets his and he runs. Koi, numbers advantage once again, expecting maybe the conversion into the B hit. It's going to be Na'Vi slowly retracing their steps.
Wow. And again, Koi, they've got the numbers. Chill it out. Hold back. No reason to go for fights. They know what to do. They've done it so many times. Even when the pressure is on the highest point, they do the same thing.
Shadows has snuck all the way back to tree. That's a position I don't think they would expect. He gets the first one. It's absolutely there in the util.
Oh, bhai!
The Rolling Thunder is unlocked, and Na'Vi are routed.
Up they go into the sky, but nowhere they go towards no sight. Spike into no man's land. And Koi just bound to close this out and take us to another round of overtime, because that's what they know how to do. They've got this series in their sights, and they want it to be their Starkso still, with a paranoia available, is able to get himself out of harm's way, switches up the position.
Oh my God, bhai.
Puts him off guard. Humongous.
What हो रहा है भाई?
Another chance into another overtime.
Switching sides.
The way Koi are piecing together some of these plays, fantastic. Showing a similar look to previously where they tried to contact up a little bit more, just use the dart to clear behind the smoke. And then Trex was in such a good position to play off of the concuss. The C4 didn't result in a kill because of good counter util on the opposite end. But after that, Shados' reposition over towards Tree. Again, absolutely what you need from him to make that site just impenetrable.
Who's going to win this attack?
We'll have to see, because right now, attackers are struggling to control A main. We've actually seen a big pivot, because I don't think we saw a ton of fight for A main up until the very end of regulation, up until OT now. But what it's meant as C-side's been a little bit softer. The stall did come in, but now the spike should go ahead and go down. 4 players still in position to act on this very quickly.
Ooh, if this is a round for Koi to win, well, if there's a round for Koi to win, this has to be it, right? They don't drop a player, they've got the spike down.
They're far off site too, playing heavy for Mound. They have a drone late to try and clear in.
But all the starts have to align. This is not all of an Angel. Starts off Trex. The player on site was dealt with quicker than he was ever dealt with before. And they're going to let little buddy to close it out.
It did get half
down. It didn't get half. No, it didn't.
No.
They still have a
Oh my God, bhai.
Oh, Starkso! He's bringing the magic. Shock darts, nano swarms, bullets, lead, shower. He's so low. A bullet should do it.
Holy shit, bro.
Done it! They won that round on attack.
Switching sides.
Finally, bhai,
Pressure
finally.
mounting for Na'Vi. Look back, when was the last time they won a round? Round 23 on attack.
Basically 10 rounds ago.
10 rounds ago. And now they've got to do it again.
The first attack round win of OT.
Turn up.
It's going to be a play again for A main. Breach raise, ready to go. The dart to clear on back here, but they find perfection from Na'Vi. They saw the read from the previous round. This time they don't give them any time to set up. And Angel wants another.
Kya sahi mara
From
Bidu.
Angel. They just make it look so simple. And now Na'Vi, all they need to do is close it out. Koi went in on attack. Na'Vi say, nah, we can do one better. We can make it look more comfortable, and we can bring it to another round of overtime.
Oh man, even Sugetsu just threw a nerdy lineup onto where the spike could end up going a little bit later. Potentially just use that to clear off an awkward angle with the box, but they're gonna do their due diligence. No close corners, nothing. They use that molly to clear away. This entire site, it is open, and Wolfen has to find something before the hit comes through.
Sticking the landing surely for Na'Vi should be simple.
Oh, go
B.
I
B.
like this too. The late Viper wall as well.
TP from Starkso. How many can he get? It's
Whoa.
2. He's done his job. Wolfen is required to do the same as Starkso did. Find 2 kills, but also get the spike defusal as well.
One molly for Angel. He's all the way back over towards the door switch.
He could potentially isolate them. They're not together. But the shorty at close proximity, he has to read it.
Oh my God, yaar. Oh, kya trade tha bhai, kya trade tha sahi.
In retaliation, 16-16. Na'Vi are saying no to that. They're in this game, and they want to take it to a 3rd map.
It was the perfect read against Koi right there. Knowing exactly, Koi were trying to run back the exact same strat. This time, they didn't even throw down the Viper Q, right? The smoke didn't come in. They just ran out, blitzed into the front. Who needs util? One Sky Flash, we're probably going to be fine. Just giga-chatting it.
But wait, that was way too close for comfort.
It was close, but it's because these teams are so good.
I love it.
So evenly matched now on Lotus. And as the more creativity comes out, as these teams are clawing away, attacking round wins, it just gets better and better.
Trex looking to go aggro. Starkso with him. We've seen this approach before. Na'Vi playing their
This is good.
play.
They don't plant in pit, so they actually have an angle from B main. They also push forward towards CT.
Starkso not able to TP on time to find a different angle, but he's pushing with the C. Trex doubles up to even the field. Shower onto the site though. He's gained so much ground. And Koi no longer have free access to that spike.
7 seconds on that Gecko CD. Then they can try and get this defuse underway. Trex has backed up so far. He's going to be the knife in the back if it works out. A trade's coming on through.
Holy shit, bro.
Coming out on top. Navi ahead. Shados. He's got only a stun to deal with this.
My God,
Bow to the king. 17
Literally asks for the standing ovation, screams off your feet at the very end. It couldn't be better with the smoke clearing. The double fault line hits. Shados is unleashed today.
Nice, Ray. लाजवाब तो भाई.
And that's 3 attacking rounds in a row.
It's a streak now.
It's a streak now, okay.
It's a 30 bomb from both Trex and Shados.
We've reached round 34, but action is not slowing down.
Na'Vi previously, in their round win, it was a B fake into opening door, running into C. It looked really strong for them. And if they're able to bait out Starkzo's paranoia, that's what's opened up this C site for them in the past. We'll just refresh the cooldown there on the blind. Kind of a pump fake here is what they need to get that paranoia without overcommitting and putting themselves in harm's way.
Koi definitely wary of Na'Vi's presence there. The question is by how many players is this push enforced with?
It's true. Right now there's 4. Both Angel playing in mid. Angel has the option. He throws down the wall, which gives up his position, but they can convert into the B site with his positioning.
An exchange of paranoia. Really important. Such a vital tool for Starkzo to hold down onto the site, but the B site entry is about to approach. Trex, what a first pick. Can they continue? Spike will be commenced. And
Shados is util.
Oh, they broke it! No spike plants. Now we have to fight this right here, right now. Wolfen for the first one. Cena, Suigetsu, back on it. For 20 seconds, they don't have much time. Kodamenta putting the pressure on them. Cena holds on. And Na'Vi
nice.
Koi
एक सेकंड और लेट होगा ना भाई खत्म था.
Koi do it again, Na'Vi do it again. Back and forth, blow for blow. These teams down in the pit just throwing punches at one another. And it comes after CNED finds Shados, because Shados was quick on the rotation. All his util stopped out this hit. It was perfect, but CNED found that same spawn push that Trex had in the previous round. And that just blows up the retake. Too many points of pressure. You can be you can be shot at. You're just down to the bottom of the
आज खत्म होगा ये मैप.
There's too many people shooting down at you.
17-17 भाई.
Leave that went over towards Zipan. Could mean something late in round to be able to find a kill, especially lower numbers. The Seekers mean so much more for pinpointing the enemy location.
Koi need to do it again. Oh, look at how much setup here is for Na'Vi.
Still a paranoia on defense.
Going for them, but they've let the cross happen. That's crucial. So we get to in the smoke.
भाई गन चेंज कर देख रहे हो.
Reload a vandal there. CNED replenished.
Sugetsu with nuts. He had to get that one there because CNED abandoned the site for the heal, and now CNED has returned to the fray.
They don't cover CNED. They don't expect them to be holding this angle once again. And Trailblazer will allow him to peek once more. Shados, he's concussed, and CNED will take advantage of it. Spray down onto him.
Nice, Bidu.
Koi,
Oh,
they're on the back foot.
भाई साहब.
One after the other.
अब मुश्किल है भाई.
Switching sides. Match point.
The crowd's starting to get behind Na'Vi here. And CNED, fantastic finding those kills. Again, I think it was so important because he abandoned the site to go get a sky heal to request that one. So Sugetsu getting one, playing inside the smoke, stalling time. It reduced the amount of time Koi had to work with here. Heavy play for control. CNED almost a risk of falling. What is going on?
Trouble, still falling back. 3-player stacked. It could have been deadly. Zipan, Trailblazer in hand. Concusses too. Angel and Chao doing their due diligence. And now they're so darn close to closing it out. They just have to stick the landing.
Taking it into the ice site comfortably. They've spotted out Wolfen. They know the location of one now. Spike will be planted, and so many. There's double nano swarms to work with too. Wolfen quiet, dropping down here. He has to go huge.
It's got to have to be a hero play here. There's nothing else that will get them out of this position.
The door's open.
Stark, so they don't know him. Can you go for the trigger discipline play? Maybe he can! Misses the mark! Paranoia available. There's a bite time for his teammate. TP behind. Wolfen gets one, but it's not going to be good enough. They need more than that. Stark, so with another one. Maybe there's a chance. Out of time has to get on the spike. Zipan is so low. Oh,
Holy shit!
no way! Stark,
oh,
no freaking way!
भाई क्या मारा है भाई
The full clip teleporting behind enemy lines. This is a montage reel of Omen TVs teeping straight into the face of danger, whipping out the shorty. I can't believe it.
He keeps his team alive. Koi's chance of coming home with a 2-0 against Navi still there. Hope still strong in his heart.
My first match at tournament का ये.
Pavlos, it was over. A 1 versus 3 time ticking away. And Navi, it is stolen away from them. Navi have to fight again into our 37th round. And there's no time to breathe either. The timeouts have been used up.
No, that's it. On the clock, with what you know, adapting on the fly. Having the nerves to deal with a situation, even when the pressure is at its peak.
Koi have identified how they want to play out the rest of these attacking rounds. Pretty quiet into B, just using the drone, maybe seeing if they can bite or bait out any of the Killjoy utility. Meanwhile, they've just left Trex Rebel every single round, as long as I can remember.
Right here.
Which, to be fair, goes back to like round 31.
Yeah.
I do not have much RAM with me anymore. These teams are working on all they've got.
Mato pause.
And Trex just gets a little bit.
Utara bhai.
Trailblazer, Paranoia, Cenit's going for this. Trex able to stay the way, but not for long. Cenit's on the scene, while the rest of his team moves into the B side.
They spent so much on to B, now it comes down to control.
Holy shit!
Unbelievable! Sugetsu Angel, what can you do now? Working down into bit, absolutely
My
nothing.
God, bhai.
Shados will take it home.
Navi is having really tough time.
On the board for Koi.
Punching down on Navi again and again and again. This is their chance. When Navi's mental is in the dirt.
To dodge away from the Sky Flash there and not just find 1, but 2. Would have had the 3rd, but he had the assistance of his teammate flying on in at the ready.
Stark so topping the charts, and for a good reason. Koi, take this aggressive stance towards this A site. Again, how many times? 1 round away from this first series of VCTMEA
they're going quick.
In their bag. They're going fast, they're going
Holy
quick.
shit!
Because he retaliates! 2 kills for him, Navi none in return.
Navi gambled everything on the fast C hit, and look at this, into spawn Trex for the first time ever, looking for a flank.
And Navi, they're under pressure. They're not thinking straight. They're not looking behind them. Oh, but Suigetsu! He saves the day. Maybe there's a chance. There's 1 minute. They need to collect themselves.
Yeah, but the spike is still stuck. Back sight on C. It's a numbers disadvantage. There's util thrown into the smoke.
There's a thinking game here. Do you play time? Do you rotate around? Do you make Koi have more question marks around the map? Try to spread them out a bit.
If you give them any more time, though, Shados is going to have the fault line ready. And then you're carved up here in this choke point. They have to act now. They have to act quickly.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, they gave too much.
Available. Shados delivers. Navi scratching their head on this one. 30 seconds to try and figure this one out. But it's a difficult puzzle.
They have to go. The smoke is in their way, though. They have nothing to fight their way back on through with. No cooldowns, absolute zilch.
This victory will hit different, I swear. Stark so. They're ready.
Oh my God, bro. भाई शुरू से मैच देखो, ये टूर्नामेंट शुरू से देखने वाला है भाई. ये मैच शुरू से देखने वाला है भाई. अनबिलीवेबल भाई। भाई हार रही थी कोई भाई।
Walk in the park. They make quick work out of Na'Vi, but then going down 3-9 at the half, moving into overtime, and requiring 20 round wins to secure it in the end.
मजेदार मैच था
Throwing
भाई।
everything out there. They reached deep for that win, and they gave us one hell of a show.
Did you think that this would be the outcome?
No.
Today?
I mean, not like this. There's absolutely no way.
I think this goes to show VCT MEA have got a lot in store for us.
Yeah, this was Series 1. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. We've got more bangers. Fnatic coming up after this. Holding on to everything, but now we need to take a moment to look at the Prime Gaming highlights. Starting all the way back on Ascent, because, again, I think that Koi showed so many good different looks. The fact that after every timeout they're calling, they had some new read. They knew exactly what they needed to do to beat out this Na'Vi squad. It was a beauty to watch.
Indeed it was. Now look, this series wasn't straightforward. Na'Vi took them through their paces, really put the pressure on them, right? Yeah, that first map looked a little bit simpler. They had it from the start, but this comeback was one of magic.
अभी
Down
आएगा वो
9-3 at halftime,
Shorty वाला।
drawing it right back up, taking Na'Vi through the paces in overtime. This was no simple
ये
endeavor
shot
for Koi.
देखना।
This was not Na'Vi on their weakest point. This was a fairly good
ये shot भी
Na'Vi.
अच्छा था, ये देखो।
Koi was
Shorty।
able to defeat.
No, Na'Vi played a fantastic job, especially when they started to claw back some of the attack round wins, countering out the A-main aggression that Koi was showing us. I absolutely loved their just fearless push with 3 members. It came down to millimeters, to nanoseconds, to this play right here from Starkso.
Day one, already an upset. And my, oh my, what an upset this was.
Absolutely gorgeous play all around. And to wrap up this series, there is no better thing that we could possibly do than go talk to the man himself, Shadows, down on stage. Yinzu standing by.
चलो भाई, आज के लिए बहुत हुआ भाई। मैं आराम से लेट कर देखूंगा। और आप लोगों से इजाजत देता हूँ। मैं कल फिर से मुलाकात होगी 9 बजे के आसपास। हम लोग खेलेंगे वैलोरेंट। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, स्वीट ड्रीम्स, टेक केयर, जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय।